fellow American.
Let's celebrate 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July from 102.5 The Bone. 102.5 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
Let's go!
Okay, let's get it going.
Ready, set, and begin.
You're listening to the Mike Calta Show on 102.5 The Bone.
I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, if you don't leave me alone, you're gonna have to send me home, 'cause I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
All right, here we go.
It's the Mike Calta Show.
Now, you ready for this? This is happening!
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Good morning.
Good morning. We've talked the whole night through.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Hey, wake up, stupid!
You know what I'm saying? I think you do.
612. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All systems are go.
Make some noise!
3, 2, 1.
It's the Mike Calta Show.
Mike! 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 So many Mike! So many Mike! So many Mike! So many Mike! Don't confuse me. You are Mike. You are Mike. You are Mike. Hey! Mike. 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 So many jump. So many jump.
It is the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. If you want to know where we're coming from, just watch Bone TV. As Joe broadcast my address again one more time. Explain this to me now, why this is happening.
What do you mean?
Why again?
See if you can figure out what he means.
Why basically the video is going straight to my house.
Well, it's not really actually showing the approach to your house.
It is, though.
It's showing the side as we're going by.
I watched the whole thing. Anyone can figure out where Mike lives.
Okay, well, they can also just look it up on the internet.
Okay, well, let's not make it easier for them, Joe.
All right. Well, I mean,
They can also meet you at your house and get a ride, I guess.
Here's a full video of the outside of the house. Here's the driveway. Here's Spanish. Put it in the security code to
maybe
get in
I
the door.
just don't want people to see that. Did you ever think that maybe I'd want some sort of privacy?
Well,
Also, every movie I've ever seen, whenever they case a place, they usually video.
Yeah.
Go
They can
and
study
where it is. Yeah.
this is true. I'm sorry, Michael. I did not mean to endanger us all.
Well, but we said that yesterday, and then it happened again today.
Well, I mean, I still have to log on. And
So
Don't
log
put your
on.
phone
have to
down.
show video.
how are you gonna know I'm logged in?
You know,
Look
what'd
at
be
your
really
face.
cool. You know
Look at
what-
your face
yeah,
and
or-
go, hello, I'm Joe.
You want to see
here.
my face?
and then sit it
my
down.
Face?
What is that?
Here, and I just sent another
What
photo.
is that? What is that on Bone TV now?
Yeah, that's what's right there now.
This is a good thing we started early, Joe.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Before that, it was like walking up the driveway.
I
in
don't.
my pocket, Gio. You are a liar.
Okay, so then
It's
why
not-
can't you have it in your pocket instead of showing Mike's the direction to Mike's house?
I certainly can. I just thought it would be more interesting.
Yeah, but you just said nobody could see it. So who is it more interesting to? You're double lying everything.
Yeah.
5 seconds ago, you just said nobody can see it. Now you're saying it's more interesting.
Well, yes.
What is the true answer?
The true answer is I have to log in. And
Well,
I've
let me
been
ask you-
showing,
let me
I've
ask
just been
you a question.
showing
Hold on.
cars
Zip
driving
it.
past.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why can't you log in when you're here?
Because he gets there too late.
Right.
But Carmen has to let me in to the meeting.
It's Carmen's fault.
No, it's not. It's not Carmen's fault.
What does it have to do with Carmen letting you in the meeting?
Because she has to start Bone TV before she goes to the board. Otherwise, we won't be connected.
So
and
what you're saying is because you guys can't get here on time, Carmen can't start Bone TV because she has to wait for you, and you guys are always late. So she's already on the board, running the board, which she's supposed to do, and then that makes it so you can't get on Bone TV.
yeah,
Just say yes.
yes.
Okay, so how do we fix this so that this doesn't happen anymore? Because yesterday after we talked about it, I thought it wouldn't happen anymore, and then it happened again the very next day.
Okay. I'll just leave it in my pocket. It'll be black. No problem.
Don't be racist.
No.
Or, and just hear me out, you could just get here 5 minutes to 6.
We were going to be here on time, but there was I sent a text message. I don't know why it didn't go through, and then we got stuck at the gate.
The old my texting.
I swear to God, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
just to look, yeah, it's sending us text message now, but. Yeah, we were here. I mean, we got here at 5:56 to the gate. I thought we were going to be later, but then there was people. I have video. We're stuck at the gate at 5:57 waiting. There's 2 cars in front of us.
But even if that wasn't the case, you still would have just been there at like 5:57.
No, we would have been here probably at 5:54 the same time around Galvin gets here, because yesterday and the day before.
Galvin under the bus.
No, yesterday and the day before we pulled in as Galvin was walking up to the door.
It does say the message went through at 6:05 as a text message, which means it was like delayed.
Right.
It says, "Good morning. Joe and I may be a little late because they made all traffic get off the Veterans on Waters."
This is true.
Did they really?
Yeah, and then we
Why?
had to go. There was an accident or something, but then we had to make a U-turn to get back on, and there was a bunch of traffic making U-turns.
If you were watching Bone TV, you would have seen us do that.
And that text was right after Carmen sent a picture of Mike's driveway on Bone TV.
Let me see that. Send me that.
Okay.
It is.
It's in the group.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Hold on. Let me look at
It does look like his text was delayed because it was green.
Because I sent a picture of what was going on Bone TV because the other day Joe said, you can't see Bone TV until our show starts, which is not true. You can watch Bone TV 24/7.
Carmen's a snitch.
I'm talking about the feed that I'm sending you, Carmen.
Yeah, and I just proved you wrong because you can see where Mike's house is. And I'm watching that not on Bone TV. I'm watching that on the computer in front of me.
You can see right in my son's bedroom.
You can go on Google Maps and look at.
Oh my God! Stop telling people where it is.
Well,
Wow.
But then the next picture I sent, it's all black. So, I mean, you could, whatever you're doing there is what you could do when we first connect. So that way no one can
just
see
leave it
anything.
in my pocket. Nobody.
I mean,
has to see
I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not. Listen, I'm not the video guy, so I don't know. But is there any way to start Bone TV and just like have the Mike Calta Show logo up there, so you know that it's running and it's up, and it could even have a countdown clock to 6 o'clock. I don't want to get too crazy here.
Well, wouldn't Carmen have to run back and forth then?
No, Carmen. Whenever he says Carmen go 10 to 6 or 5 to 6 or whatever, she goes, flips the switch, and then the logo comes up, and it has, if we could, really blow people's mind, a countdown to 6 o'clock.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah, that's not.
Let's just go with just logo then.
Yeah.
How about that?
I mean, even
Galvin,
that.
you could just look up a clock on the internet.
Yeah. By the way, I can tell you right now what the logo is going to be. It's going to be a drawing on Joe's hand, and he's just going to hold it, and it's going to be shaking. And
I'll start that tomorrow.
Holy
Galvin,
cow,
great idea.
man.
I prefer pocket cam.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, or just
it is-
videotape yourself.
I could, but
So
I
wait a
don't think
minute.
anybody wants to see my face.
Are we
My dumb
abandoning the
face.
idea altogether of just getting here on time? That's not going to happen.
Apparently, well, they
ridiculous.
can't.
Let's just brush over
Well,
that.
I mean, we're not really allowed to come in until like 5 or 5.
Who said that?
Well, you've said you
No,
didn't want us to get here.
I don't want you to bother me until like 5. You can get in here at 4 o'clock in the morning if you want to. You know the code and all that stuff.
Everybody knows the code.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It was on Bone TV.
Yeah, they know the address and the code, and
we're going to come in tomorrow, just all the equipment's gone.
Kim Shady.
TV's ripped off the wall.
Kim Shady's going to be in here.
I'm doing my best, guys.
No,
you're not.
I would not say
You're
that.
not.
Oh, yeah.
No.
What was the term yesterday?
doing-
Quiet quitting? Silent quitting?
Silent quitting?
Quiet quitting.
Jim's Spanish is like, this is so great that I was late and they're yelling at him.
Not great.
This
It's
has
not
nothing
great.
to do with me.
It's not great.
It's right. It all comes back on you because you're the executive producer.
That's right.
So anytime anybody's late, it's your fault.
Listen, I apologize. Yeah.
Surely you have a good excuse.
Well,
He
Unpopular-
doesn't, and don't call him Shirley.
It's unpopular opinion right now, but I think you guys are doing fine.
thank you.
Oh.
You're a real drag, Gio.
I'm just saying. I'm starting to believe more and more that Carmen's the hardest working one on the show.
Yeah, I've been telling you that for years.
Carmen said
sorry for the
yesterday.
fails, guys.
Carmen said yesterday, if she's late, she's got 2 backup plans. Like if she can't get there for some reason, she's got Monica and Danielle all ready to go.
And she proactively did that on her own.
Right. Joe said, I won't show the address anymore, and then showed it the next day.
No, I did
and
not.
then yelled at us because it was boring.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be video. It's supposed to be a little bit interesting, but pocket cam is the way to go. I'm with you.
Not logo. Can't do logo.
I'll write it on
2022.
I'll write on my hand.
So, will you say that it will never happen again?
Yeah, this will never. Well, us being late will
I
never
don't think
happen
you should
again.
answer.
Oof.
I think, Joe, will you say it'll never happen again?
When you say it, what exactly are you talking about? Because I'll keep the camera in my pocket, and it'll never happen again. It'll
Yes,
stay in there.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
No
you'll
problem.
never video the treks leading up to my house.
Yes.
Again, never happen again.
Right.
Does anyone believe you?
Can I
I
show
mean-
video of the bridge?
I mean, anything
How
in
close can I
Pinellas
get to
County
the
is
house?
fine. Anything in Pinellas County.
Okay.
Once
So
you
we
get to
cross-
Hillsborough County, shut it down.
All right. You got it.
One more thing. So I'm
Oh.
sending you another picture.
Oh, yeah.
Well, look.
Oh, no.
Because
Oh, yeah. Hey, send away. And we're not saying, oh, no, you. We're saying, oh, no, what could this possibly be?
Right. But also, Joe knows I can't leave the board at this very moment. So, of course, what does he do? He starts recording. So it puts up a giant white block in the middle of the Bone TV. So our viewers can't watch it until after this segment now. Because you're late. I'm sorry. Guess what? You don't get to record until the commercial.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like,
6:02.
I mean-
right there on the screen.
like.
So you're saying there's a clock on the screen?
Yeah, it's
we could do a countdown?
6:02.
Interesting. What is going on with this place? Falling apart. Falling apart.
It's me, Michael. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know. Nobody was questioning that at all.
It's definitely me.
I mean, Carmen's kind of a snitch, but
I'm not a snitch, but I'm also not going to get yelled at. And the fact that everyone tweets at me, hey, Carmen, can you go take that big white thing off the screen? We'd really like to watch Bone TV. Yeah, I can't do that until the commercial. So what does Joe do? He waits until the show, until we're in the middle of a segment to do it, knowing I can't go take it down.
Now we can't even see Spanish. It's pretty fake.
Right.
Oh, man.
But I'm just saying, everyone tweets at me knowing that I have
Right.
to take care of it, and I will take care of it, but I can't leave the board right now. So why would Joe put it up when he knows I can't go do it for another 25 minutes?
Trying to push it off.
Yeah,
I'm
Joe.
watching Bone TV. I'm trying to
But
push it
I
off.
like this just comes back to, I mean, if you get there
Be better is what you're
if you
looking
get
for.
there on time, then all of this could start before the actual show starts,
I agree.
and then it wouldn't be a problem.
Spanish, what should be the new time that you guys get here every day in order for these problems to go
Well,
away?
yesterday we were here set up by 6:55, and no, we didn't seem to have any,
6:55?
or 5:55, and we didn't seem to have any of these issues. So
I mean, this white thing is always an issue. This recording box is always an issue because Joe always starts it after the show is in motion.
This is true.
no
so-
matter what time we get here.
No matter what time. So
Oh, then
No, but what she's saying is if it's set up before like 6:50, she can go in there before the show starts.
No,
No,
but
she's saying-
she can start Bone TV, but he does the thing where he starts recording. That's when the white box comes up.
Right.
And he never starts recording until the show is already like 4 minutes in.
So she
Oh, no,
can
that's
say
not
start
starting.
start
I'm
recording
usually-
before the show starts.
Right.
Have to.
Okay.
Well, I am usually recording during the opener, but we
But
missed the opener today because we were late.
but even if the opener once the opener is on, I can't leave this room. So you need to start recording before the opener.
Okay, I'll do that for you, Carmen.
But
I'll do it for her. You're not doing it for
I
her.
love that he's
Yeah.
putting it on Carmen. Like, I mean, if that was what Carmen wants, Jesus, like she's really,
And I mean,
that's so much.
And the thing is, I've told you this before multiple times over the phone, but I've also texted it to you, and I can even go get tweets from people asking me if I could remove that box for them.
Would you say you guys would fight at the punch out? No, I'm just
That's elder
kidding. I'm
abuse.
kidding.
Oh, she would
destroy.
destroy, literally, like turn him into dust. Destroy.
Even Joe knows that, so there's no arguing there.
I'm watching Bone TV right now. Could you go remove that box, please? It really is blocking
Yeah.
the shot.
It's annoying.
You got 15 more minutes until
Whenever
I
you
can.
get to it, be fine.
You know what I just realized is that Joe legitimately would not take that fight with Carmen because she would beat him up.
Right.
And although I'm very aware, especially now with women fighting in the UFC, that there are women that could beat me up, I've never been in a position where a woman could beat me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure there's plenty, but I have never been like, I can't that girl beat me up.
I feel like we've had a few fighters in here, female fighters that could beat you up.
There's probably a couple of my neighbors that could beat me up. I'm saying it's definitely out there. Yeah. I've just never felt it. You know what I mean? Like, I've never felt like I can't tell that woman to F off because she might beat me up. Like, I don't even know what that feeling is like.
Do you remember when Murr went to the wedding and they had the lady that kept on fighting him?
Yeah.
That was great. She was she was like an Olympic wrestler or judo or something like that, and it was so great because she was very pretty, wearing a dress.
Yeah.
And just every time he had to try and get her, and she would just throw him through tables and do everything. It was great.
Well, what do you say? Is this resolved for tomorrow?
No.
No, not you, Gal. No. I'm asking Joe and Carmen.
Yes.
Tomorrow will be done the right way.
Yeah, I'll start as soon. I'll start as soon as I connect. But I mean, she's letting me. She's letting me into the meeting.
Yeah, I blame Carmen.
While we're still on the road.
Yeah, because I'm doing other things.
So I can't start record while we're on the road. I have to start record here,
which means you have to be here on time.
Yeah.
Right. I'm letting you know what the process is.
Carmen, you need to make Joe a priority.
Yeah.
Above your
Why are you not making this easier for Joe?
My bad.
Joe should be your top priority when you get there, and then everything else kind of falls
Joe,
behind.
I don't want to know what goes in the sausage. I just want to eat the sausage. So I don't want to know what the situation. I just want to know, will it be ready tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
This
so
is
how
a
about
bad
this?
sausage.
If it's not, then your mics will not be turned on, and then the show can't go on.
Oh, don't take it on.
Well, there you go. So don't turn on me. Suck it, Gino.
I was trying to make it a little bit more.
Yeah.
I was trying to make it a little more fun, Carmen.
I was on your side.
No, you weren't. You just said it was my fault. I record, right? You know I have all the tapes right next to me. I marked the tape, okay?
So here's the question. If it does not work tomorrow or in the future, what is Joe's penalty?
Right. That's what I was saying. What can we do to Joe?
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
getting here on time is a lot of pressure.
I think we do like what they did to Riggs in Lethal Weapon. We string them up over the side, take a sponge and connect it to a car battery and just zap them that way.
I'll dye my hair blonde.
That won't hurt him. He does that on Wednesdays.
That's boys' night.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
Spike's coming over with the garage guy and Chauncey, and they're going to electrocute each other.
Oh, we can have Chauncey do it. He's already got blonde hair.
That's right. Mr. Chauncey. I don't know. How about this? I'll let Carmen decide what Joe's penance will be.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
Carmen, you don't have to decide now. You can think about
Think about it.
Okay.
What do we do to Joe?
Yeah.
I'm not mean. I'm just saying, just do your...
I am, so if you need help, let me know.
Go for it. That's what I'm saying. You pick it out. I don't want there to be punishment. I just don't want this to continue.
I think it
should
should
be a problem.
It should be the ultimate punishment.
What's that?
If you leave the house early, go to the station. Don't come here.
Late, you mean?
Yeah.
Late.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
If you don't think you're going to make it here to get
Just go to
things
the
done right,
station.
go right to the station. That shell of a building.
There's no bigger punishment than that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I went in there and it looked like a hurricane hit, and only like 3 people were allowed back in the building. Like, that's what it felt like when I was there. There was nobody there and everything was falling.
What day were you here?
I don't know. It was a couple of weeks ago.
Well, okay, but it depends on the day because they have like meetings on certain days. So like Monday, there's a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Tuesday, not that many people here. Wednesday, they have another meeting, I guess. So everyone has to come again. And yeah.
Don't they turn the AC off when they're not there?
No, the lady told me what happened. She fixed it, and I guess they're coming in a couple weeks to do like the yearly maintenance. So they have to like switch a sensor, but it's fixed, and she knows, and she was very nice. She's a lovely lady.
Good.
So-
I mean, I don't know how ladies are fixing ACs. But
Yeah.
it's cool.
I mean,
America.
Wait.
I'm not afraid to fight her. I'll tell you that right now.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. NASCAR lives right here on 102.5 The Bone. Sponsored by Jerry Ohm.
This week, the NASCAR Cup Series in-season challenge revs up on the shores of Lake Michigan in downtown Chicago. It's the Grant Park 165.
Race days Sundays, where NASCAR lives in Tampa Bay. Right here on 102.5 The Bone. Sponsored by Jerry Ohm Jeep Ram. #1 in the country.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears. Tampa.
People are buying cars and they're thinking, oh, this comes with factory tint. This is good. This is not factory tint on your window. There is no tint. What it is just smoked glass, and it does nothing for heat rejection. So when you get in your car and it's hot outside, it's trapping that heat inside your car and it's making it even hotter. And if your car has been sitting there for 8 hours while you're at work, smoked glass isn't going to do anything. Window tint will. It'll make it nice and cool in there. And if you're really concerned about your car for love bug season or driving through the construction sites they have everywhere, you don't want to get your car trashed, flying debris that are on all these roads. You can get paint protection film put on your car, windshield protection, and you can do what my wife's doing. My wife, so we're going to get a color-changing wrap on her car. You could do that. Maybe you bought a green car and you thought that was a good idea, and then after a while you're like, so sick of people making fun of my green car. You can go get a color-changing wrap. You can make that thing polka dots if you want to. Plus, they do ceramic coating, paint correction details, anything you need for your vehicle. They can handle it at Zen Film Solutions. Zen Film Solutions and Zen Motorsports will take care of it for you. Find them online at zenfilmsolutions.com, or you can simply call or text 813-TINTING, 813-TINTING, and then hashtag it PeteFace for 10% off.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
Ah, La Galleria.
And of course, American touches like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 40% off, plus kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
I'm honored by the number of referrals that Bernetti PA gets from others in our legal profession. We have represented clients referred to us by other law firms and even represented judges. They've called us. Why shouldn't you? Call 1-800-BURNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
Hey, it's Galvin for Arbor Wise Tree Service. Arbor Wise is a professional tree care company that is family owned and operated. They do both residential and commercial, and they've been serving the entire Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. And it's not just some dudes cutting trees. They actually have several certified arborists on staff. No matter how big your job is, Arbor Wise Tree Service can take care of it. Now's the time to start prepping your property. Get your free estimate and consultation today. Check them out online at arborwisetreeservices.com or give them a call at 727-481-8081.
The jewelry store with the most likes, the most positive reviews, the most raving fans is International Diamond Center.
IDC is definitely a place that I will come to as long as I live here. This will be my go-to place always.
Literally the best jewelry store in town. You'll make friends for life coming in here.
I felt like family from the beginning, and it made a rather daunting task very, very easy.
They really take the time to find out what you want or what you desire in a ring.
You have to come here. There's no other option. The customer service, the time spent to do what I wanted and what her vision was, there's no other place to go.
You know you can go there, and you know that you can trust.
The value was extraordinary.
They genuinely care about their customers. It's not just about the sale. It's about the people.
International Diamond Center, the people's choice for selection, quality, value, and service.
I've got a beautiful diamond on my finger, and I'm very proud of it.
International Diamond Center.
I'm very happy to show it off.
In Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Online at shopidc.com.
We hear it every day. I'm a safe driver. Then in an instant, it happens. A car crash. And you remember, for over 25 years, 1-800-ASK-GARY has helped over 350,000 people find the legal and medical help they need to get the settlement they deserve. You remember 1-800-ASK-GARY.
John Senning here. I'm obviously not an attorney, but Mo DeWitt is. And you probably already know that if you're injured on the go, just call Mo. Mo and his firm fights for the injured people in Tampa Bay to get them what they deserve. Fighting the insurance companies can seem overwhelming, but that's what Mo does every day, and he's ready to do it for you. No matter what life throws at you, stand up and fight to get what you deserve, and it all starts with one call to Tampa's injury attorney at 866-CALL-MO. Give him a call day or night at 866-CALL-MO. That's 866-CALL-MOE.
Hot in your house? Superheat Air and Plumbing, powered by the experts at ABC, has your back. Get a $29 AC system check, working or not. If it needs a fix, that $29 rolls into the repair. Fast, pro service, same day. Go to superheatandair.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
If you are 50 or older, it is recommended that you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're an adult 19 to 49 with certain underlying medical conditions like asthma, diabetes, chronic heart disease, or COPD, vaccination is also recommended. Talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protect yourself. Furnished by the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
July 4th weekend is the best time to buy a Jerry Alm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Tampa. Join 1025 The Bone and the Mike O Show live Friday 11 to 3 and Saturday noon to 3 p.m. Register to win Rays tickets, Busch Gardens tickets, and a VIP room at the sold-out Bone Beach Bash. Go to theboneonline.com for details.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
We now return to The Mike Calta Show on 102.5 The Bone.
So let me give everybody a background. Last week on Thursday, we broadcast. Well, we didn't broadcast. We did our show, and then we went over to the original Hooters in Clearwater, and we celebrated the fact that I have a new contract, and the show will be here for many years to come.
Right.
And I bought everybody lunch and a Bud Light, and I said thank you, and it was a great time. A guy called up and said he didn't like Galvin, and he was going to come on out to Hooters, and I don't know what was supposed to happen, but he came out, and he was there, and I didn't notice him, and then when I was outside,
I did not speak with him. He did not come and seek me out.
There was I went outside to shooting some video for something, and some dirty guy got into a truck and started yelling at me from the truck, and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "I don't know which one Galvin was." I was like, "Oh," and tried to get him to go beat up Spanish by telling him he was the little one in the red shirt. So then the guy left, and then Galvin and I were talking about in the air. He goes, "Oh, Ray didn't show up." The guy who said it was, and I said, "He was actually there. He was the dirty guy in the truck." So he hears this, and he does not like the fact that I called him dirty because he said that he works in oil and he didn't have time to wash up, and that's why he looked dirty. And I was like,
I believe your exact words is, if Medicine Man is the skeeviest out there, Ray was number 2.
Nailed it. Yeah. So he wrote back to me and he said, I'm a hardworking man. I work in an oil factory or whatever he did, and I didn't have time to wash up. And I was like, oh, okay. There's a bathroom there. They provided a bathroom with soap. But even the whole point of you coming was you came aggressively. You called up. You said you didn't like Galvin. You were going to come down there. So we're already not friends. So he got mad that I called him skeevy, and he called Carmen. Did you talk to him, Carmen?
No.
He called Carmen, and he said that he was insulted by what I said, and he wanted you to take it out of the replay, and that's why he was calling you.
Well, I can tell you this: he did not call me, so he must have called the front desk. He probably
he couldn't. When he didn't get a hold of you, or you couldn't do it, or he then called the front desk and then demanded to speak to my boss, and then tried to call corporate.
Oh yeah, I never spoke with him again since he called the first time.
Right. So he started emailing me yesterday, and he said, "Thank you for continuing to insult me. You're a big man." And then used the wrong your. And I wrote back, "Wah, you called my boss." And then he said, "I called Carmine first, Carmine. Couldn't get through. I only called to ask not to play it again on the after show, as it was very insulting, but you doubled down on this morning, so whatever." And then that was it. That was the last thing. Then yesterday, in the middle of the night, he sent me, "You win. You got the bully pulpit, so I give, sorry, there's no punctuation. You win, you got the bully pulpit, so I give. I'll think of you dead, then I'll think of you no more."
Whoa. Is that a threat? Or?
Glad I got Ray's heat off of me.
There's no punctuation, so I can't tell if it's a threat.
Well, the fact that he says, "I'll think of you dead."
Or if he's quoting Edgar Allan Poe. I don't know what he's going. Nevermore, Ray, nevermore. You can think of me dead all you want. Just don't try to make me dead. Yeah. So don't worry. If I see a dirty guy coming at me, I know who it is. If I'm dead and there's oil streaks on my shirt, it's Ray.
We know.
Ray, you big baby. You can't call up the show and attack a member of the show and not expect it to at least get your balls busted back. It wasn't like you showed up to Hooters and we were like, "That guy can't come in. That's Ray." You were being a ball buster and you got your balls busted back. Stop being a crybaby. Jesus Christ. It's like I don't understand people who throw the first stone and then don't expect to get whaled with a stone back.
That's how people are now. You can say whatever you want, but as soon as you get your feelings hurt,
100%.
You know?
I love on social media whenever somebody's like, "You're the worst," and this and that, and I go, "Screw you, dummy." Oh, thin skin.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
My favorite was I used to have a program director who had really bad skin, like old acne skin, and he used to make fat jokes with me, like to try and be funny. And you know, for the most part, I don't get bothered by anything. So I'm like,
jolly guy,
right? But I
see that's how you do it.
I thought if I want, like, I could make horrifically insulting bad skin jokes back, but it would be embarrassing in front of the employees. And then that's the kind of thing you go home and look in the mirror and you go, "I have bad skin." You know, and I'm like, I don't need that. I don't want
But that's an even trade. That's
I know
a physical.
But I thought. It's just mean, and I don't want to be mean. You know? But I mean, like, it's okay for
you
them
and I
to be
didn't
mean.
go to the same school. I'm from the school of you attack me, I go 1,000 times and burn your entire family, and then you think about it for the rest of your life and never talk back.
I honestly, I am particularly conscious of fat girls when we're out doing stuff in public, because I think fat girls think that we're going to be mean and aggressive, and probably have dealt with that their whole life, and I don't ever want to make them feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't.
Anytime I see a fat girl, I just want to see if they're ticklish.
See, you're the bad one.
Oh no!
First, you started trouble with Ray.
Who would make fun of a fat girl? Like, unless she said something, terrible or whatever.
No, I think some
then I'm
girls,
going for the worst. You know what I mean?
think some girls are already uncomfortable, so you don't want to make them feel. Also, old people are timid when they talk to young people because they don't want to come across like foolish. And I always try to go out of my way to make sure that they feel comfortable, because I don't want to be that guy.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Carmen calls me fat every day, and it makes me very uncomfortable.
Oh, really? But then Mike turns around, calls you skinny, and then calls me fat. So let's calm it down.
You fat?
Oh, really? Yeah.
When did you call him skinny?
The other day. Yeah, the other day.
Yesterday.
Mike was like, "Oh, Carmen's
Gio's head looks
skinny."
Wait a second. I said Gio's head looks skinny.
Dead on impression.
What did I say about you?
Perfect.
What did I say about you during the exorcism?
And then I said, "Oh, I get it." And you're like, "Oh, yeah, because you're chunking up, right?" That's literally what you said. It's on tape.
I was joking.
Make fun of fat people, right?
Yeah.
You're not fat though.
Fat kid's got no feelings.
Yeah. I mean, actually, according to the BMI scale, I am obese. So now you're being mean.
That is true.
You said something, and I said, "Is it because you're chunking up?" I was making a joke.
Oh man.
Oh my god. Carmen,
apparently, it didn't hit a nerve with her.
No, well, he's just sitting here saying he doesn't make fun of fat people, but
I don't, especially girls.
Take the halo off, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe calm it down a little bit.
Carmen, I just want to tell you, I'm not even going to try to hide it. I'm going to say, out of all the people on the show, I would sleep with you first.
Oh.
Thank you.
That's not true. That's not what you told me.
I would like to know who's second.
Carmen is a habitual fat shamer.
Yes.
No. Just
relentless.
Yeah. Gio, you do it to his face.
I'm a Gio shamer.
Then you do it to the rest of us behind our back.
I do not.
Spanish told me all the time.
So it's like, sometimes she just walks around yelling, "I'm fatty." That's what she does. It's so hurtful.
I don't do that.
That wasn't you.
Yeah, no, that wasn't me. And actually, I'm very nice. The only person I shame is Gio, but not anymore because I'm on his side. I get it, Gio. I'm right there with you.
You're on his side for what?
Water fill the lungs, going down deep. I don't know all his sayings.
Waterfall of cake.
He's a drag. I'm a drag. I'm right there with him.
Stop struggling. This is your life now.
Exactly. I'm with Gio. And Spanish, the only time I've ever told you anything, which was not fat shaming, I just said maybe white is not the right color to wear because it's not very forgiving.
But that was because I was fat.
No.
Yeah, because you looked at me and you were like, "You're fat now. Don't
I
wear
never
white."
said that.
You 100% said that.
I said
it wasn't on air. Yeah, but off air you were like, "Don't wear white anymore." Fatty.
I will tell you this: when I was in studio with Carmen, she would walk out the door and she goes, "Who's this?" And she'd come in and go, "Look at me, I'm wearing white."
Grab her gut. Yeah, and then she would just go, "I'm a piece of trash."
Well,
you need a good friend to tell you don't look good in white.
Yeah.
I told my wife one time it was the best thing I ever did.
I know.
You know?
I would just no.
That's his wife.
I just know about the white is what
my wife wore white pants one time. She's like, "What do you think of these?" And her mother was like, "I think they look beautiful." And I was like, "Mm-hmm." And then her mother left. I go, "I got to tell you, those pants did not look good on you." And she's like, "They didn't, right?" I go, "No, they were not very flattering." And I go, "I just got to be honest with you." I go,
White is hard to pull off.
It wasn't just because they were white. They were very, very tight and almost see-through.
But that's white. That's all white unless it's like a really loose garment, like a pool cover or something like that. White is
Well, she's not going to wear a pool cover.
Well, I know, but I'm just...
That's insulting, Carmen.
Jesus. Swimsuit cover.
Just go out back and pull that pool cover off.
It'll keep you warm.
A couple times I couldn't get a towel. I just grabbed the cover of the pool.
But listen, I thanked you, Carmen, for telling, because I was 25 pounds overweight when you told me I was fat and couldn't wear white.
Yeah, I was nice. I didn't call you fat. I just said don't wear white.
I cried the weight off. Yeah.
My wife will try a dress on and she'll be like, does this look good? It's $600, so I don't want to spend $600. And I'll be like, it looks great. And she'll be like, okay. Or I'll be like, no, it does not look good. But she trusts me now because I told her when something didn't look good. So that's where you got to look and see who your friends are.
Thank you, Carmen.
Your friends are the one to tell your friends.
You have abused me into thinking you're good for me. So
I have not abused you. Everyone has abused you. I'm just the one who tells you the truth.
I respect Carmen because she always insults me right to my face.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, while you guys are talking about being fat, I just saw a commercial for Capriati's.
So good.
That Gio and Carmen were talking about. It looked great.
Have you went there yet, Galvin?
No. And I know that it's not too far from here, right?
Yeah. It's right down the road. I'm telling you what. Order before you go.
Yeah.
Order before you go so you can just pick it up. It will be there waiting, but it is worth it.
Yeah, I love that place.
I set the tone yesterday. I talked about the Burger King chicken sandwich, and I had all this time to kill yesterday. I was like, I'm going to get that chicken sandwich.
Do it.
Okay, thanks. I'm really ironic. A guy hit me up. I don't want to blow his spot. He hit me up on Snapchat. I don't even remember his name, but he said something about the show last week, and he's like, it's getting me through a tough time, and he's like, I think I'm waiting to find out if I'm going to get fired from my job. And I said, that sucks. What did you do? And he said, I delivered to a restaurant. I'm not going to say which one. I delivered to a fast food restaurant, and there was a girl there that worked there, and he goes, and she was absolutely beautiful. And I said, she was the most beautiful fast food worker I've ever seen. Now, that's something we've talked about on the show before. We even did a
can't
contest.
give compliments.
But
You can't say fast food.
I said, did you say it like that, or did you say I'd want to bang you more than they? He said, I said, you are the most beautiful fast food worker I've ever seen. And she filed a complaint, and they were reviewing it on whether or not to fire her.
Carmen, do you think it's because he said fast food? If he would have said you're beautiful?
If he would have just said you're a beautiful girl, I bet it wouldn't have been a problem, but I guarantee it's because
he qualified it.
He qualified it as
Just
fast food because she's not a waitress.
Yeah.
Well, she's not a waitress. She's not a bartender. She's a fast food worker.
We did a contest on this show, hottest fast food worker years and years ago. Then it came down to a Starbucks worker and some other worker. I don't remember. But anyway, so yesterday, this was last week that this guy said this. Yesterday, I went to that Burger King right on 54 here. It's brand new. And I rolled up through it. And the girl at the window was stunning. Not stunning from, like, I want to be like, what's up? Let me get your number. But, like, she should have been on a fashion magazine somewhere in, I mean, she was a light-skinned, Indianish black girl with green eyes. She was amazing.
Burger Queen.
Short hair, completely flat-chested. Like, I thought, maybe it's a boy and I can't even tell what's going on. She was...
Sounds hot. I can't tell what gender you are.
She was gorgeous.
Was she tall or was she little? Because
she was tall. She looked like a
by the way,
model.
Let's drop she. They were tall.
No, it was a she. It was a she, and she was gorgeous, and she had little gold earrings in and stuff. And then I was almost going to be like, and I went, nope, I would not even give somebody a compliment these days. Yeah, but I mean, I wasn't going to be like, what's up? You're good. You just sometimes, like, I don't know, like, if I was beautiful and people were like, hey, you're beautiful. Like, people do that to my wife all the time. They go, you look so much younger, and they're constantly giving her comments and compliments and stuff. And I think it's always nice when people do that.
I think at the fast food place, you should lead with, so is this your senior year?
No. That's the other thing. That was the other thing. I don't know. I couldn't tell you how old this one was.
He's like, no, I'm a sophomore.
I didn't say a word. You know what I said?
You're beautiful.
Yeah. She's probably in Christmas class.
Thank you. My mom's waiting to pick me up.
Yeah.
Make her a paper rose out of $1.
Excuse me, miss, do you have your license yet?
Yeah.
She handed me my chicken sandwich. I said, thank you. And I drove away. I didn't say a
You're
word.
beautiful. Also, can I get some more onion ring sauce?
It was also not the kind of, like, I got to go back and see that girl. But I'll never go back. Like, I ate that one sandwich. My fingers are still swollen. I know it. I got it out of my system. You know what I mean? But I couldn't believe it, and I just thought about that guy. That guy was trying to be nice. You cannot tell anybody
Not
anything
anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'll even tell you. If I see a dude, I'll be like, you're a handsome dude. Like Jeff Dye, I'm always like, you're the most handsome comedian I've ever seen.
And this is no offense to that guy, but I don't know how handsome he is, because if it was a Brad Pitt or Bradley Cooper or somebody like that saying you're beautiful, you'd be like, oh my God, am I?
Yeah. Some slob rolls up.
Yeah.
I also very much felt like if I would have said to that girl yesterday, you're so beautiful, she would have went, ugh.
Yeah.
I
Can you pull forward?
Yeah. It's so weird, man. It's just so you can't say anything to anybody anymore, good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, this guy told me he'll think of me when I'm dead. Or think of me dead.
Carmen just called Gio fat a little bit ago.
Yeah.
I'll
Did
think
not.
of you dead. Then I'll think of you no
Let the
more.
water fill your lungs.
Yeah.
Stop struggling.
Oh, boy.
Glub, glub, Carmen.
Going
Glub,
down.
glub.
Jeez.
Do we do news now, or should we take it? Do we even start it?
No, that guy hates you so much.
You know what? I hate him too. Let's take a break.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. The Bay has elite wings, but whose are the best?
Tummy likey. Tummy want wingy.
1025 The Bone and Stella Artois are on the hunt for the Bay's best wings. Visit one of the participating restaurants and enjoy a Stella Artois with some wings. Then scan the QR code and vote. The restaurant with the most votes will be crowned the best wings in the Bay and be featured on the Mike Calta Show. Plus, you can win cool Stella gear just for voting. For details and locations, visit theboneonline.com. Thanks to Hooters, Hurricane Eddie's in Dunedin, Abe's Place, Norton's East Side, and Downtown Pizza.
Hey, boss, it's me, your air conditioning unit. You know, the one who cools your house. Just wanted to remind you that summertime means I'll be working overtime. Because the hotter it is, the harder I work, and the more electricity I use to keep your home feeling like, well, you don't live in Florida. So don't be alarmed when your electric bill goes up. In fact, 50% of that bill can be from my cooling. Here's a tip for you, boss. Go to TampaElectric.com/summerbills for more information and ways you can save. You're welcome.
The annual Shark Coast Tactical 4th of July sale is upon us. Get over to Shark Coast Tactical this Saturday, July 5th. Shark Coast Tactical is hosting a Freedom Festival with special Suppressor Fest deals. Will is having deals on all suppressor brands in the shop. You heard that right. All cans on sale. If you don't have a suppressor yet, seriously, what are you waiting for? Make plans and clear your Saturday now. Take advantage of the incredible deals at Shark Coast. There are always extra Shark Coast employees on hand to fill out paperwork quicker so you can get your suppressor entered in and back to you fast. And Will has killer deals on everything in the shop. Free swag and amazing giveaways. You need to get to Shark Coast Tactical this Saturday, July 5th for Freedom Festival. Suppressor Fest style. Shark Coast Tactical is often imitated, never duplicated. The shop is open, slinging freedom from 10 to 6 daily, closed on Sunday, but open online 24/7 at sharkcoasttactical.com. Shark Coast Tactical is on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. Find them on social media. Stop on in there and tell them Mike Calta sent you.
I'm not going to put away my fireworks just yet because there's another national holiday I wait for every year. And if you're not tapped in yet, you don't have to worry because McDonald's has got you. July 6th is National Fried Chicken Day, and they're throwing a party with deals you won't want to miss. It's a very special day for those of us who appreciate the crispy things in life, the crunchy, juicy, peppery things in life. And McDonald's always knows what to do for my favorite holiday. That's why I've set my alarm to get there early for a delicious crispy chicken biscuit or sweet chicken McGriddles. And if I sleep through it, I know another will eventually get me up for the peppery 3-piece McCrispy strips or 6-piece chicken McNuggets, each for just $1, only in the app. I know. It's a chicken lover's dream. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid one time, only in the app. Reward members only.
We hear it every day.
I'm a safe driver.
Then in an instant, it happens. A car crash. And you remember, for over 25 years, 1-800-ASK-GARY has helped over 350,000 people find the legal and medical help they need to get the settlement they deserve. You remember, 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Brandon Ford's Red, White, and Blue Sale. Oh, it's big. Big inventory. Big selection. Massive discounts. Truckloads of new vehicles are arriving every day. Our biggest inventory ever. With no tariffs. Just historic low prices. New 2025 F-150 STX Super Cruise as low as $38,995. Save over $12,000 on new, loaded 2025 F-150 XLT 4x4s. Save as much as $22,000 on new 2025 F-150 Lightnings. Plus APR as low as 2.9% for 72 months. New 2025 Escapes at over $11,000 off MSRP. And new 2025 F-250 and F-350 Super Duties, including dualies, at $100 over factory invoice with a free custom spray and bed liner. It's the Red, White, and Blue sale, only at Brandon Ford, the largest volume Ford truck dealer in America, on Highway 60 and 301 in Tampa, and at BrandonFord.com on approved credit. No bull, no surprises, real prices.
We've all been there before, the dreaded grocery store fatigue. You walk through the meat department, you go, I cooked it, I've done it, I did it last week, I did it, it's all been done. That's why you need to think about a trip to Wild Fork. John Senning, here to tell you about the greatness you'll find at your local Wild Fork. If you're cooking for the family, you need chicken breast, big roast, ground beef. They've got it at unbelievable prices. Something bougie like prime Wagyu cuts or even some wild game. They've got it all with locations in South Tampa, West Chase, and St. Petersburg. Get it delivered, pick it up in store, or just go on a shopping spree, and always online at wildforkfoods.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone now through July 28th. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21. If you're the victim of a car crash, take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
This is where you earn your money. The Mike Calta Summer Vacay Payday. Congratulations, winner. You'd won $1,000.
No freaking way. That's awesome. This is Karen from Bradenton, and I just won $1,000 from Calta's Summer Vacay Payday.
The Mike Calta Summer Vacay Payday. Keep listening to The Bone for your chance to win cold, hard cash. Presented to you by Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com. 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw radio. And now, it's the Mike Calta Show.
And now, an open letter from Galvin.
This is an open letter to people complaining about Jeff Bezos going into space. Dear people complaining about Jeff Bezos going into space. Seriously? I love these people who complain. He has too much money. Have you ever had a package delivered by Amazon? Ever go to Whole Foods? Ever watch a Prime Video? Read the Washington Post? Guess what, fool? Stop complaining. You the problem. What's everyone complaining about? A bunch of whiny hypocrites. All of us, everyone. Since we were kids, we have said, man, if I had $1 million, I'd fill in the blank. I'd quit my job. I'd travel around the world. I'd get really weird. Do whatever. Well, guess what? Bezos did it. He has $205 billion and he can do whatever he wants to do. Yeah, but he makes all that money and he doesn't even pay his fair share of taxes. Cool. Do you? Do you pray to God that you get to pay more taxes at the end of the year? Or do you hope that you get money back? If you make 20 grand or 20 billion and your tax expert says, hey, you don't have to pay taxes, and you'll say, will I get in trouble for that or go to jail? Nope. You get to keep all your money. What would you do? Shut up. Don't answer. You'd keep all your money. Don't even tell me, oh, I'll give my fair share. Shut up. But guess what? He doesn't even give that much to charity. Oh, really? How much do you give? Because Bezos gave $100 million to Feeding America and $10 billion to combat climate change. But he has so much money, it's like he's not even giving anything away. Let me ask you something. Do you think some kid in a third world country with flies around his head is going to stop eating the donated bag of wheat to ask what percentage of Jeff Bezos' net worth he has contributed to a charitable organization? Give away your money. Do stuff to help other people if you want. But don't be mad at rich people because they're rich. If the haters put half the time into spending hating on billionaires into spent time volunteering, every world problem would be solved by this weekend. I'm Galvin from the Mike Calta Show, and this has been an open letter to people complaining about Jeff Bezos going into space.
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Trademark. Bobby Kelly will get here on Wednesday, a week from yesterday. He and I will rendezvous in the airport at about 7 o'clock on Wednesday. We will then go, all he wants out of life is a seafood tower from Eddie V's. So we will go do that. Then I will bring him here. Then on Thursday morning, 1 week from today, he will be in the studio with us doing this show. And then he will leave after the show. And then I will leave after the show on Friday to go down there and join him for the weekend. So I'm looking forward to that.
Are you going to do some make-em-ups?
Maybe, Galvin. Maybe. But right now, we're trying to work it out where on Friday, Bobby does his show, and then after his show, Pipple Toddler performs in a well, I say Pipple Toddler, but it's 4/5 of Pipple Toddler with Joe, with Pap Pap.
Now, are we going to be
no
doing
stroke songs?
It'll be It'll be Pap Pap Toddler.
Yeah.
Are we going to be doing any rehearsals at all?
Yes.
Are you kidding, Joe? Why would we do rehearsals?
Here's the thing, Joe, is that I was trying to put this together a month ago, and now they're like, so what are we doing about it? I'm like, oh, it's too late. So I don't want to write it off. So if we can get it locked in the next 24 hours, then we'll have a rehearsal and we'll do it. We're only going to play for an hour.
Yeah.
And Bobby will do a song, you do a song, it'll be fine. And then
I'm totally fine winging it.
I am not. Trust me, I'm not worried about that. But if we can do that, we'll do that for sure. So, and that'll probably decide, Galvin, whether I do make-em-ups or whether I'm be a comedian or a rock star.
Gotcha.
Sure. Right now, I'm a guy who gives stuff away. Let's do a little Sporkle. Here we go. Galvin, what line are you playing for?
I will win today for line 5.
Line 5 belongs to David. David, good morning. Galvin is playing for you, Spanish.
Line 3, please.
Line 3 is Adam. Adam, good morning. Spanish is playing for you. I will take line 12. That is Steven. Steven, I'm playing for you, and I'm due for a win. So, Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Gio is your judge and scorekeeper. Pap Pap was arrested at the White House. Carmen, what are we playing today?
Okay, today we're going to play Can You Name That BS? So I'm going to...
BH.
Nope, BS. I'm going to give you a hint. You're going to give me the thing or person that has the initials BS.
All right.
Gotcha.
Okay, first one. Malt shop dessert invented in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Latrobe.
And what? Say it again.
Malt shop dessert invented in Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
Big Sunday.
BS.
Baked sourdough.
Banana split.
Okay.
Close. Oscar-winning movie about the 2008 financial crisis.
Big Short.
Yes, Galvin. Waterways separating Alaska and
Bering
Russia. Galvin. One of the all-time great NFL running backs.
Barry Sanders.
Mike. Merit badge earner.
Boy Scout.
Galvin.
Oh.
I did hear Mike.
Mike gets a point.
So hold on. That's a bit.
We've been doing it this way
know,
the
but
whole
that's
time.
not fair.
Okay, but it is fair because we've been doing it the whole time.
So every time, whenever I get it, in Geo, not blaming Geo, here's Mike before because of where they are. So now I just get canceled? That's not fair.
But it's the way it's been going. So it's
I
the
know
only
that's the way it's been going. That needs to change. Is what I'm saying.
So we're not in that room right now.
Oh my God! All right, just go.
But that's how it's going to keep going.
Is that how it's been going?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
So complaining about it over and over again and isn't going to help.
I'm complaining, saying we need to change it. Do you not understand that?
I do.
Jesus Christ.
So change it.
That's what I'm talking to them. In fact, you know what? Off. You guys. Not Carmen. Can we change this goddamn thing, or what are we going to do? Because it's got to be like one to you, one to me, something. It can't be all Mike every time.
I agree with whatever Carmen thinks.
Just go.
You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Next one. Diabetics must keep this level
Blood
in
sugar.
check. Yes. Spanish. He played Greg Fokker.
Ben Stiller.
Spanish. She played Rosalind Fokker, Greg's mom.
Barbara Streisand.
Mike. Ozzy Osbourne's band.
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath.
Galvin. Statistical summary of a baseball game.
Batting stats.
No. Statistical summary of a baseball game.
Balls and strikes.
Box score.
Box score is what I was looking
We
for.
don't need
Yes.
the judge answering.
I'm sorry.
Label on the back of a car.
Backseat.
Base sticker.
Bumper sticker
Oh, bumper.
is what I was looking for. And Gio, we're halfway there.
Spanish is in last place with 2.
Confirmed.
Mike has 3. And Galvin has 3.
Tie. Pretty even.
All right. You guys are naming the BS
two.
things. Your next one, alternate name for Notorious B.I.G.
Biggie Smalls.
Mike. Area outside of the driver's field of vision.
Blindside.
Blind spot.
Blind spot. Mike.
Great movie, though. Come on.
Yeah. Common ingredient in stir fry.
Baking soda.
Broccoli Spears.
No.
But I don't know.
Bean sprouts.
All right.
All right, that's fair.
Fierce.
Excuse me, waitress. There's something weird about my...
Not enough baking soda.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough baking soda, man. Yeah, some more.
All right, your next one. Ferris Bueller teacher.
Ben Stein.
Yes. Galvin. Full House dad.
Bob Saget.
Galvin. He was born to run and born.
Bruce Springsteen.
Yes, Galvin. In Ireland, people kiss this upside
Blackstone.
down. Mike. Midweek meeting at a church. Midweek meeting at a church. Initials BS. Bible study. Oh, is what I was looking for. And Gio, we're on the last 3.
Spanish is in last place with 2. Mike has 6. Galvin has 6.
Ooh.
Close game. All right, last 3. New York hockey team.
Buffalo Sabres.
Galvin.
That's the one.
Oops, she did it again.
Britney Spears.
Gio.
I heard Spanish.
Spanish gets the point. And the last one. Son of Homer.
Bart Simpson.
Galvin.
Gio, I thought I was first on that.
Well,
I was literally digging the thing before you answered.
This guy's got a... Joe wants to weigh in, too.
no.
Gio, what did you hear?
I know what I heard.
What did you... That's what I'm asking you. What did you hear?
I did hear Mike.
Of course.
Pap, what did you hear?
I think that ties it up.
All right. I have an extra one.
So what would the score be?
Galvin is 7. Mike has 7.
How many do I have?
Spanish is 3.
You're out. So you're out.
Okay.
I'm coming in.
No, Spanish. Do not answer.
I mean, I literally was dinging the correct button before he answered, but go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
Everybody, did you hear the ding?
Everybody on
ding.
social media is like, yeah, it's so clear. There's a delay. There's a problem here. Go ahead.
I didn't hear the ding.
Cool.
All right. Extra point. Here we go. You guys are naming the BS thing. Tiebreaker between Galvin
I'll tell
and
you
Mike.
what's BS.
It's the last one.
This is so not Olive Garden.
Key ingredient in a homemade volcano.
Baking soda. Thank you, Spanish. Good night to everyone else.
Also, main ingredient is stir fry.
No, it's not.
Final score, Spanish at 3, Mike at 7, and Galvin victorious. He had 8.
You earned that one. Yeah.
Good Lord.
Hilarious. Congratulations to
Carmen. I don't want to scare you, and I'm sorry I yelled at you. Come here. Feel my heart. Come here. Seriously. Come here
protocol.
and feel my heart.
Against COVID protocol.
Feel my heart. It's like I just did 90 wind sprints.
Like, seriously,
Come here.
it's beating so hard. It's so fast.
Feel my heart.
All right.
Undetectable.
Yes,
moving
I would be undetectable too if I was getting just loft all these softballs where you're like, no, that was Mike. That was Mike. That was Mike.
Integrity.
Really, it's Gio's fault. Gio
It is.
terrible.
Gio, shut up.
It's technology is what the problem is.
Yeah. Fix that, man.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. 1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, it's The Mike Calta Show.
It's 8:07 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 1025 The Bone. In the studio with us. I said this morning before you were in here. I think one of my favorite people that I've met as being on the show. I meet a lot of people, but I don't always like them a lot after they leave. Steve-O is here with us.
Yeah,
how are you, buddy?
You know, I say the same thing about you. I love you.
I do know you do that, and I will tell you, there's very few people who, outside of being on the show, really still act and remember. You know, I watched an interview that you did with Gene Simmons the other day, and you were telling Gene Simmons about Craig Gass, and he obviously was familiar with him. But you even said, you were like, I was on a show, on the Mike Calta Show, and very few people do that. They don't go out of their way to give some love. And then when you were on with Jericho, you mentioned us a couple of times. Everybody always, if I don't see it, they report it back to me. So thank you for always being loyal.
Good. You know, and like, that's just muscle memory.
Yeah.
You know, because I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, no, it's good.
And it was a really wild experience. I'll never forget.
Yeah, good.
When Craig Gass called in, pretending to be Tom Arnold, explaining that he'd relapsed.
Yeah.
God, what a talented guy Craig Gass is.
He's the best at that. Do you believe the story? Do you know why he's good at that? Why he's good at imitating other people?
I don't know.
Because his parents are deaf. And he grew up watching TV, and that's how he learned it. And I don't believe that story at all. I can't. I don't. He's like, I swear to God.
His parents and his sister, I believe. Like, his whole family's deaf. He's the only one, which, by the way, he says about Lars, saying his whole family's retarded. And he's like, they're not retarded, they're deaf.
Wait, how did you say it?
They're retarded. But he does a great Lars, too.
Yeah.
And it's so funny.
So he says that because his family's deaf, he was able to mimic the people on TV because he was hearing the only people he was hearing talking, and I don't know what it is, but his Pacino is unbelievable.
So you're suggesting that he's a liar?
Yes, something about him makes me think he's lying.
Yeah, he tells a story about how we were on, or supposed to be on, the roast of Gene Simmons, and that I was kicked out for peeing on Danny Bonaduce.
I remember that story.
Not true.
Oh, really?
I mean, I peed in a bottle
behind Danny
Bonaduce.
Yeah.
But it's better to say I peed on him.
Yeah.
But bless his heart. You know what do they say? Never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
For sure.
However, do not take that approach. I'm rigorously honest.
Yes, you're honest. So to a fault. It's ridiculous. It's the one good thing about you that I love is the honesty, because I think I told you this when you were on the phone with us last time. The last time you were here, my son and I went to go see the show, and we went out there, and you said, hey, tickets were going okay, and then I went on your show, and then we sold a bunch of tickets. I was like, oh, great. You know? So you went out there, and you were like, how many came out here to see because of the Mike Calta show? And it was like And you looked at, and right from the stage, you looked at me and went, that backfired. That's great.
You know, I think there are a lot of questions you can ask a big audience and not get like a really truthful response.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe that you really moved the needle.
Yeah, people find out that you're here. You know, I loved it. I thought it was hilarious, man. I thought that was great. Steve-O, it's hard not to look at the penis on your tattoo. Yeah. That's the one Post Malone put it on your right eye, above your right eyebrow.
How great was it to get on the radio with you beforehand? And I was so stressed out. Not that I was going to have a penis tattooed on my forehead, but that I was scared that I might not.
Right. That's true. You were like, I think it's going to happen. I don't know. Yeah. But can I tell you, though, that I honestly called you up today. I said, this is a guy I consider a friend. And I'm calling him up, and I'm going to talk him out of doing this. I'm going to be the one voice, and you just shut me down right away. You were like, if I listen to people who told me not to, and I went, he's right. He's made a whole career out of doing things that people told him.
You know, I remember when I was living in Florida when Jackass began.
Right.
And living with my sister, and I was working in a flea market circus.
Okay.
So I spent like 2 weeks or so bringing in 50-gallon storage bins.
Right.
To collect the elephant poo. There was a guy whose job was to clean elephant poo, and I said, not one turd leaves this compound. Not one turd. You put when my 50-gallon tub is full.
Yep.
I will present you with another one.
Okay.
Not one turd leaves this compound. I had so much elephant poo, and it was just fermenting. It had maggots crawling all up in there. And that was one of my first bits on Jackass at my sister's house. I laid out a kiddie pool, and we dumped every 50-gallon tub. We had a mountain of elephant poo in this kiddie pool. And I climbed up a 10-foot ladder and did all kinds of terrible acrobatics into the poo.
Oh, man.
And after the bit wrapped, the producers, they said, okay, now we're gonna clean up this elephant poo and stuff. We're gonna get this out of here. And I said, nope. That stays right there because I didn't want to be perceived as inconvenient. I'll deal with that. So we're going to go film for a few more days. I said, I'll come back. I'll clean it up. Not your problem. I wanted to be like, have a favorable impression.
Right. Steve-O takes care of his own poop. Yeah.
Dude, but we're talking about South Florida.
Yeah.
It's the weather turns on a dime.
Or it rains,
Yeah, and so as soon as we left, it just became a torrential, tropical storm, like just rain pelting down. Like not only my sister's house was flooded.
Yeah.
It was a poonami. I mean, it was the neighbor's house. My sister's house was just a swamp of poo. Oh. My sister was so mad. And when I got back, and she was just, and for what? And she says, and for what? Do you really think that putting your body in poo is going to make people like you? Do you really think this is something that's going to help you? And I was like, she made me a little nervous.
Do you constantly bring it up to her now? Remember when you thought the poo?
I would never do that. But it sticks in my mind as an example of like common sense would dictate that it's not like a good look to jump in elephant poop, but it worked out really well
for you. Yeah. If no one's jumped in elephant poop before, then it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Can I ask you? I don't know that I know this or that we talked. You're here in Florida. You're going to clown college. You did all that stuff. Where is it that I know you were skateboarding. Where is it that you meet up with the Jackass guys for the first time?
It was remote. Even back in the day, it was a remote deal. There was this magazine called Big Brother.
Uh-huh.
It was just terrible.
What was it?
It was a skateboarding magazine.
Skateboarding, okay.
But it was really just a forum for filth masquerading as a skateboard magazine.
Yeah.
It really was, and that's why I loved it so much. It was so terrible, man. They went out of their way to be terrible. Did one of the covers, they dressed up a professional skateboarder as the devil with a pitchfork and had him do skateboard tricks over a legitimate stack of burning Bibles. Stuff like that. And I mean,
90s shock jock stuff. Yeah.
Delicious, terrible stuff. I remember like an article, like the journalism was on point, like super sophisticated, clever stuff. But the articles were like how to short circuit an entire house, like at a party, like with just simple, basic aluminum foil. Yeah. like really terrible, terroristic things. And I just loved the magazine. And when one of their tours came through my town, I was living in Albuquerque at the time. I was just like, I'm getting in this magazine.
Right.
I don't care. And all I had to do is burn the skin off half my face. And I got my article. And
what did you do to burn the skin on your face?
I would spray large amounts of hairspray in my hair to light my hair on fire, so that somebody else could use my flaming hair as a fire-breathing torch.
Right.
But this time I wanted to make it special, so I had this professional skateboarder blow a fireball off my head, which I reached my hand into after dousing it with flammable liquid. Then my arm would be on fire and my head on fire, and then I would do a simultaneous fire-breathing backflip. But because I wanted to reach my hand into it, I had it come from the side, and the professional skateboarder kind of didn't know what he was doing. He just blew the fireball point blank into my face. And so my head was, my whole face, everything from the shoulders up was engulfed in flames. And I thought, I better hurry up and do this fire breathing backflip quick. And I came up a little bit short, so I landed on my knees. My whole head's on fire, and I'm just flailing through this backyard, like trying to put it out. By the time I got the fire out, like all the skin on half of my face was in my hand, rolled up like a joint.
That's a real injury.
It was the skin was rolled up like a joint in my hand, and somebody had in the footage, somebody on camera somebody comes over and they go, "Dude, are you okay?" And I go, "Nah, not even."
How old are you at the time?
At that time, I would have been 23. I think 23-year-old Steve-O, and I had already hitchhiked from Albuquerque, where I lived, to Denver to audition for Clown College.
Oh my God!
But I had not yet found out if I'd been accepted or not.
Right?
Because it was hard to get into Clown College. It was
because that's a real deal school. Yeah.
Statistically harder to get into Clown College than Harvard.
Wow.
And so like I burned my face off. Like for the next 2 weeks, I've got all this ooze. Like just pus coming out of my face. Yeah. Like they scraped it down at the hospital that night. It's called a debriding.
Right.
So to stop the dead skin, the
from
burnt
rotting.
skin will rot and it'll get infected. So they have to scrape down to the bottom layer, and it's the most painful thing. So they scrape down to the bottom layer, but still for the next 2 weeks, pus and everything's oozing out. So when I wake up in the morning, I have to quite literally peel my pillow off my face. And it was, and they said I couldn't go out in the sun for 6 months. They said that and while I'm in the peel my pillow off my face stage, I get the call from Clown College that I've been accepted. And I'm like, oh man. So like I go to Clown.
Can I ask you a question? What is the requirements to get into Clown College?
Well,
like, did you have to audition?
You had to audition. Yeah. The circus, the circus was always in two different places.
Okay.
There was the red unit and the blue unit.
Right.
And they would swap schedules every year so that like everybody knew that if they went to the circus, that they could go back to the circus the next year. It would be a totally different show.
Circus, okay.
And each unit went to 50 cities. So combined, the circus was in 100 cities every year.
Wow.
And they held auditions for Clown College in all 100 cities.
Oh, wow.
And like at mine, there was like at least 60 people showed up. So, you end up with...
what did you do for your audition?
They said, no, do not show up in clown makeup.
Uh-huh.
They don't want anybody with clown experience. They were very hoity-toity.
Right.
Very elitist about wanting blank canvases to work with.
Right.
And they had they said, okay, the audition began with these two people. They said, "Don't be nervous about us. We're not important."
Were they in clown makeup?
They were not.
Okay.
They were not.
Okay.
They said, "Don't be nervous about us. We're not important. We're just clowns." But this camera we're holding is the eyes and ears of someone who's very important, whose time we're not going to waste. So please line up against the wall one by one. You jump in front of the camera and you say your name and why you want to be a clown. And then you get out of the way. We make this quick. We're not going to waste time here. And so people are like kind of wandering in front of the camera and saying, "Oh, I'm really looking for a big pair of shoes."
Oh,
So I'm like,
jokes.
yeah, and I'm just like, because now I jump in front of the camera and I say, "My name is Steve Glover. I'm an aspiring stuntman from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I just got done hitchhiking all the way from Albuquerque because I don't want to spend the rest of my life wondering if I missed out on the biggest opportunity I ever had."
Wow.
And I did a perfect standing backflip and got out of the way.
Close it out?
Yeah, well, that was just my intro.
Yeah.
Then they did these exercises, which were just impossible. There was I recall the first one. They said, "Okay, now we're going to do an exercise where there's an imaginary line down the middle of your body.
Okay.
The right half of your body is a lazy cow grazing in a field. And the left half of your body is a wild baboon throwing a temper tantrum. Now, go."
Oh, Jesus.
So, that's an impossible feat to perform.
You
but,
can't be both at the same time.
Right.
You had to figure out how to do that.
Right, but the objective on their end was to weed out the inhibited.
So the people who wouldn't try to be them.
It was just people who were ready to just go for the impossible, and so it was kind of a wild deal. And and I got in. I healed like Wolverine, so
Did you really?
There was no issue. And that's just how I do. And while I was in clown college, the first issue of Big Brother with me in it came out.
Oh, wow.
And Big Brother also it endeared me it endeared me to Big Brother the fact that I was a clown. And my little sidebar article was called "The Burning Boy Festival." and this was just what Big Brother was all about.
Right.
So I became a regular fixture in Big Brother, and they put out videos as well. So the videos.
Let me ask you this: as a parent, do your parents look at this and like, hey? Remember, we thought he was crazy. Look what he's doing. He's in his. This was his big deal. He's in the magazine. My son's 17, and I'm trying to see.
I remember him.
Yeah, he used to be little. Well, no, he's
kid.
a big kid. Yeah. And I'm watching his path now to see where he goes. He's into underground rap, and he's got a T-shirt line and all that. So part of me is very proud that he's doing all this stuff on his own. And then part of me is very nervous about what's going to happen. But as a parent, it's good to see him doing something and getting it going. At first, I would have been like, we might have a retarded kid. and then I
You guys throw the R word around like it's no big deal.
Just coincidence today. But I mean, we might have a kid who's got some issues here. And then all of a sudden, you're in the magazine that you wanted to be in, and you're doing it.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
My dad was a very successful corporate
Businessman,
executive.
yeah.
Working for multinational corporations, and I dropped out of college. Not thrilled about that. My dad was not thrilled.
Sure.
And I was raised with enough pride that when I was sort of meandering around after dropping out of college, homeless for 3 years, I had too much pride to ask him for help. So I just kind of found my way.
Right.
Following the Grateful Dead and selling drugs, having the government test drugs on me for money was a good source of income.
See, my thing is always as a father, Less Than Zero. The movie with Less Than Zero, Robert Downey Jr. Where Robert Downey goes to his father on the tennis court and says, "I need help," and he says, "I can't help you anymore. I can't." That's my worst. Worst nightmare as a father. But I mean, if drugs aren't involved, or if he's not, into somebody else for the money, if he's just trying to find his way, I found my way.
Years after the fact, I said, Dad, I didn't have anything that I was doing which warranted you being proud of me. Not one damn little thing.
Right.
Like, it's not, I just couldn't, I didn't have it in me I couldn't come to you and ask you to bankroll me doing nothing that you were in approval of.
Yeah.
I couldn't ask you for money.
To set myself on fire.
I said, you weren't going to give me money to do stuff that, he said, you never gave me the chance.
Uh-huh.
I
mean, what if you had gone to him? How did he feel about clown college?
He wasn't into it. He thought clown college was he was not at my gala graduation ceremony.
See, I think that
because he lived in England.
But as a parent, you have to go, okay, well, it's not my route, but he found his route.
Right,
and
now
support
to his
that.
credit, the clown college was 1997. 1998. He took it upon himself to initiate a conversation with me where he said exactly that. He said, you clearly haven't chosen a path that I would have picked for you.
Right.
But now I know that you're really genuinely committed to it. And that being the case, I just want you to be as good at it as you can.
Well, that's good. I think that's
He said
good.
the same thing with his dad. His dad didn't want him to be a businessman. His dad was all academic, theology, clergyman.
Oh, yeah,
like the whole thing.
You can't try to live your life through your kids. It's never going to work out that way.
Yeah.
Question: in 2024, who is worth more money, you or your father?
Ooh, that's a mean question. He's on my payroll.
Oh, does he handle your finances?
He came out. I took him out of retirement.
That's great.
It's satisfying to say. I feel like I'm blushing, and I would be mortified if my dad heard me say that in that context.
No, but I get it. But that, I mean, to you, that's got to be such a great feeling. Not kind of like shoving your face, but look, I did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's zero. I did it. I'll show you. And when I had little stuff in Big Brother magazine, they weren't paying me. I had not made a dime.
That's a personal conquest, and it's something you love so much, and then all of a sudden to be featured and like, I don't know.
Dude, you want to know about the personal conquest, and apologies if you've heard.
No,
this.
please tell me.
I was such a fan of Motley Crue when I was a kid.
So yes, tell this story because I don't know if enough people heard this. This is a great story.
And my dad at the time, we lived in Canada, living in Toronto. My dad was, I believe, the president of Nabisco, Canada.
Okay.
Motley Crue's coming on Girls, Girls, Girls tour. The year is 1987.
Okay.
And Nabisco, Canada has, I believe, multiple skyboxes
in the arena.
These luxury suites in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens where the hockey team plays. Yep. And my dad knows how much I love Motley Crue. And he knows nobody at Nabisco gives a crap about a Motley Crue concert. So the Nabisco skyboxes are going to be empty. Dad comes to me and he says, son, I'm going to do you a solid. He says, Motley Crue's coming. He says, I'm going to take you. I got the Nabisco skybox for us to enjoy the Motley Crue concert. And I say, Dad, watching Motley Crue through a plate glass window sucks. And he says, all right, well, if you can get better tickets, then by all means, go for it. Now, I didn't have a plan at the time.
Yeah.
But the day before the concert, I see on the news that they're just outraged. These jerks, these rock stars coming to our city, they behave like this. Whatever it was, they set a hotel room on fire. I don't
being
know
Motley Crue.
Being Motley Crue, and they're in our town. There's just this piece on the news about these terrible people coming to the town, and the concert's the next day. So I'm thinking, the concert's the next day. It's tomorrow, and they're here now.
Yeah.
So they're in a hotel.
Oh, there's an
I just know
opportunity.
it. They're in a hotel. And I got to find them. And I'm such a diehard Motley Crue fan. They're all over my walls. I know that Nikki Sixx's real name isn't really Nikki Sixx.
Oh, you knew.
Frank Carlton Ferrano.
Right.
Like, I know Vince Neil, his real name, Vincent Wharton.
Sadly, I know all this stuff.
That's epic. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, like, Not going to check into a hotel as Nikki Sixx.
Right.
But probably not going to check in as Frank Carlton Ferraro.
Right.
You know, like...
Too many people like you know that.
So I thought, you know what? The manager. And meanwhile, I'm 13 years old. I go run into my room, pull out my tape cassettes, and every single one look at manager. It says Doc McGee.
Doc McGee, yeah.
Doc McGee. And so I'm like, I'm there in a hotel under the name Doc McGee. I go run into the kitchen and I pull out the yellow pages.
Look up the
and I just go to hotel, and I'm not cherry picking. Like, oh, they're going to be in a nice one. No.
You just went through
I start
everyone?
to top of the list. A.
The AAA hotel.
Yeah. And I literally, and it's 1987. They didn't even have call waiting yet. So my mom's pissed because I'm tying up the house phone. The concert was October 25th, but this is the day before.
Right.
You know,
this is
and
13-year-old
Saturday-
Steve-O.
and October 25th was a Sunday, so this is Saturday. My dad's watching college football.
Right.
My mom's in the kitchen. I'm sitting there calling hotel after hotel, and when the hotel picks up, I say, "Hello, please put me through to Doc McGee's room, please." My mom's just pissed because I'm tying up the house line.
She's hearing you say that 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Doc McGee, please.
Annoying. And she's like, hey, you gotta knock this off. And I said, Mom, I'm calling Motley Crue. Right? Now, my dad, sitting there kind of like noticing what's going on, he's watching college football. All he's ever wanted, and you could probably relate to this, all he's ever wanted was to see that spark. Just to see some enthusiasm, just to see to see me on fire for something.
Right.
And my dad says, honey, he's calling Motley Crue.
Were you like, finally, he's on my side?
He's on my side. And so I sit there for hours. Finally, I'm guessing I'm 2-3 hours into it.
Really?
And there was a false alarm with a different spelling for McGee. But ultimately, I was patched through to a room. And the phone rang. This guy answers. And I say, hello, is that Doc McGee? And the guy says, nah, this is Doc's brother, Scott.
Who was also on tour, yeah.
Yeah, who's this? And I said, as in Motley Crue. Like, I'm just kind of freaking out. Is the crew there?
Right.
You know, I said, right away, he's annoyed. He's annoyed on the phone. He's like, all right, like, who is this? How'd you get this number? And I said, I just called every hotel in the yellow pages. Like I'm looking for the crew. You know? And he says, are you kidding me? Are you serious? That's awesome. How would you like backstage passes?
Shut up. Like, just from talking to Scott McGee.
Scott McGee was just impressed.
Yeah.
The little kid called every hotel in the yellow pages. He put me on the list for backstage passes, tickets in the fifth row. And my dad drove me to the show. We're in this cool media line.
Your dad know now that you made it through and Doc McGee's brother took me up?
100%, yeah. And it was the next day. We're all prepared. Like, we're in line with all these cool, like, they got my pass with my name, an envelope with my name on it. The pass is inside.
That's so great.
Because we come in the media door, everybody's got huge cameras and stuff. Like, I've got, like, my big boom box, which we bring to the skybox so that I can put it next to the speaker and bootleg the concert. I record the concert. My dad takes photos of me with Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee.
Oh, your dad went backstage too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I had 2 backstage passes.
Yeah.
So I've got like pictures from 1987. Tommy Lee and I are both kids.
Yeah.
Like, I'm super prepubescent. It's just a rad story.
Do you get to show them to them now?
Oh, yeah, dude, it became full circle. Where when they got back together in 2004, like, I announced them as being back together, like, at this big event. You know, it's so crazy
great.
in full circle. Like, they're the quotes on my first book, you know, on the cover. It's just really rad. And after that, from that point on, when I was 13, like, every crappy report card, every son, if you could just
put the effort in as you did the Motley Crue. Oh, that's so true.
Yeah, your life would be so easy if you could just apply yourself.
Yeah.
If you could just, so it just loomed over me as this annoying curse.
Yeah, that's so true, though.
Like, you've demonstrated that you have
the ability, the tenacity.
But you're a loser.
So you grew up in not in California, but you grew up around
5
traveling.
different countries.
I grew up in New York, and I was a Bon Jovi fan because Slippery and Wet and New Jersey came out while I was in high school. So that was the thing. And I went to see them in June at Giant Stadium, the first time I played Giant Stadium. So 70,000 people, 1989. I'm here, they're there. I still think it's the greatest night of my life, whatever. Fast forward now, I got a couple of guys in the band on my phone. I go out to eat with them when they come to town. I'm like, this is the most full circle thing to me ever.
Couple guys in the band on my phone. Go out to eat with them a couple of times.
Yeah.
But are those guys cool with John Bon Jovi?
Are they cool with him?
Yeah, because wasn't there like some...
So Sambora is the only one that's out, the guitar player.
Okay.
But like David Bryan and I have become acquaintances. I can call him or text him if I had to. Tico Torres, we've gone out to dinner with him a couple times where he knows we recognize each other. You know what I mean? That to me blows my mind. John is above everything. So I've met John and hung out with John a couple times. I don't really think he knows who I am.
He's above everything.
He's above everything. Yeah. But I mean, like they were the nicest guys, and it was just one of the most full circles things for me because to me they were like, when I was a kid they were superstars, and now I'm eating dinner with them in Tampa. So it's just it blows my mind, that stuff. I love that. I love that story. I love that you calling the hotels and all that. Also, good thing you got Scott McGee and not get Doc, because Doc's a little curmudgeon-y. He's a little, he would have been like, hung up on you.
Apparently, Scott McGee today is neighbors with Kid Rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So imagine that means Scott's doing pretty well.
Scott's doing all right. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Holy cow! This is Steve-O in the studio with us.
Check it out, dude.
Oh yeah.
We've got the pictures of me and Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee brought up
on the
intro
on Bone TV. Yeah.
Man, it's so crazy that you can just sit here and talk for this long with no music, no commercials.
Yeah, I mean, we do play commercials, but we are thankfully this company allows us to manipulate them within the 4 hours, so that as long as they all get played, we're okay. So it doesn't have to interrupt what we're doing.
I know, and dude, it's like unbelievable in this day and age of radio.
I don't know,
like talking is kind of like taboo in radio.
Yeah, I don't get it because if it's the last thing I'm listening to the radio for is music. I know what I want to. If I want to listen to Motley Crue today, I'm listening on Spotify. And if I want to go from Motley Crue to Yacht Rock right after it, I can do that. I don't have to listen to 9 songs I don't care about.
Yeah,
it's really weird. And so the last thing I'm listening to for music is there. But for talk, it's just another outlet for you to get talk. You're getting it on Spotify. You're getting it on YouTube. You're getting whatever podcast. We're just another outlet. So when people are like, we always talk about how first time we met, you thought radio was dying, and I'm like,
right.
In essence, some of it is. But the good ones are still hanging around.
Radio is like Los Angeles.
It's either really good or really bad. Most people in radio are doing it as they're leaving radio and after it's done and going to work at a furniture store. Like it's not paying their bills anymore. They're doing it for the love of being here or the coolness factor. I am 52 yeyears old. This is it for me. If radio died tomorrow, I'd be like, well, it was a good run. I've been doing it for 30-some years. I'm done now, so I don't care. You know what I mean? I still get up every day. I still get a fat paycheck. I still get,
Dude, and you're in your house.
This is the best
thing
ever.
Worth noting, this is my first time.
I couldn't remember if you came in. Yeah, I said, Steve-O been here before? I can't remember.
I thought he had, but I guess not.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, I remember the building so well. I really do.
We should have you go wake my son up.
Get in bed with him.
Hit him in the head with your nuts. Shaq was supposed to come in one day, and Joey, my son, was going to school. He was still in school at the time, and I thought we should do a thing where every celebrity comes in and has to go wake my son up. Can you imagine being sleeping and open your eyes? Hey, little buddy, time to wake up. That would scare the hell out of me. I went to the show last time. I loved it. I watched the whole thing. I stayed for the whole thing. I laughed. Do you know how hard it is for me to do something during the week and then get up at 5 o'clock in the morning the next day at my old age? But it was worth every second of it, man. It really is a great show.
Well, thank you. It's a totally new show this time around.
Oh, really? Yeah. So there's new stuff, too. So have you saw it before?
Yeah, it's a 100% new show. And I've been... Like, I booked this trial. I'm going to drop a nuclear bomb on you now.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a man with a tattooed penis on his eye is now going to give me a nuclear bomb on top of that. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm kind of surprised that you don't know about this already.
Maybe I do, and you don't know that I know.
Okay. The name of my next tour is Steve-O's Gone Too Far.
Okay.
And I got it in my head a good 4 years ago that's what I'm going to do, and that part of it is going to involve me getting a boob job.
Yes, we did talk about that
The
last
biggest
time we talked.
boobs that I can possibly have surgically implanted
Will be what?
will they like
Did they look at your body and say you can get
confirmed D cup?
D? You can go D.
I can go D cup. I'm now 52. So yeah, a 50-year-old man can actually fit more than a younger man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and God, it's very clearly a nuclear idea, and I believe in it so thoroughly.
Yeah.
I'm not going to live out the rest of my years with D-size.
How long do you plan on holding them for?
2 months. 2 months.
I don't know if that's worth it. You might have to go a little longer.
I might end up.
2 months isn't even allowed to, you can't even take them on tour at that point.
I will,
settled yet.
There will be a run where the boobs are in place.
Okay.
I came up with 2 months because somebody put it in my head that more than 2 months and the stretching might get
Too
a
much.
little bit more unmanageable.
Right.
But the actual boob doctor, who I've now consulted with in person, isn't even worried about it. He's like, "Are you
he's not.
kidding me?" Yeah. Like, maybe perhaps it's because I'm doing under the muscle.
Okay, you're going. Oh, you're really doing it, right?
Yeah. I'm really doing it now. Like, I don't want to pour the act out, but but candidly, this run of shows is I'm calling it an interim show, where I'm exploring historically what has absolutely crossed the line, with Jackass, and things that were filmed for Jackass, which
Too much.
absolutely could not be shown, and powers that be want to scrub it from existence. I have it.
You have it.
And I'm
Okay.
gonna show it.
Can you give us any examples, or would you rather not? I don't want to ruin anything.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Okay.
But there's a whole bunch of stuff that I've already done for the new tour. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I'm not even supposed to have that I'm gonna peel back the curtain and show. I'm gonna explore where the line is, and I'm gonna explain why, in some cases, I'm proud to have crossed the line, and I'm going to come clean and explain how I'm sorely apologetic, remorseful, and really upset for the rest of my life over other situations
Okay.
where I crossed
All
the
right.
line.
All right.
So yeah, it's
Are you worried anything's going to get you canceled?
That's why I'm on this.
That's
That's why I'm on this run. I'm literally
Get it going now.
I'm really just I'm putting the feelers out there.
Yeah.
We're like, what am I doing? When I started this run of shows, it was actually in my head that I'm looking for the indicators that if I should back out,
Right,
I should
right.
pull the ripcord and not go through with it. And I've been very nervous starting this run of shows that the horrifying things that I'm bringing to the audience, that it's just too much, and that I'm just going to watch it just bum people out.
Yeah.
And I cannot believe how resilient my people are. I'm really the boost of confidence that I've gotten from presenting the most horrifying aspects of my
What you do.
career
Yeah.
and of the franchise. People can handle it, and with the tits,
Yeah.
I'm walking through the pros and cons as I see them. I'm relating the dire, urgent pleas to get me to stop, the threats, the stakes.
I am more for the breast than I was for the tattoo.
Wow, that's crazy, dude. People take different positions. you
Well,
know?
here's the thing. First of all, I feel like you're at an age now and a position where we all probably thought you'd be dead at a certain point.
sure.
You were in bad shape, and now you're sober. You're happy. You got a girl. You got goats. Everything's going great. Don't get a tattoo on your face. But then again, you're Steve-O, and you always will be. So I could deal with it. But the boobs are moving you into a different category. Nobody's done this, and you're a celebrity on top of this. You are a television celebrity.
Technically, somebody has done it.
Right.
There's a guy who lost a bet. It was
I remember
a
that guy.
gambling
Yeah.
guy, but he did nothing funny with.
No, and we tried so hard. I remember it was 1996 or 1997. We tried so hard I was dealing with Maxim Magazine and this guy's people on getting him to go on a radio station tour for it was Clear Channel at the time. We'd bring him in, we'd have him do show, and they wanted nothing to do. I mean, this guy was looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars, and he turned it down. So yeah, he was away. It was away. He settled his bet, and that was it.
He wanted nothing to do with it, or the radio stations wanted.
No, he wanted nothing to do with it because the radio station was ready to shell out thousands of dollars to hundreds of thousands of dollars to him to do this tour. And he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. He got him, fulfilled his bet, and took him out.
Well, I thought I remember hearing that the story was that after the bet was fulfilled, that he kept him.
Oh,
he
well,
got a kick out of it.
I don't know. I didn't follow up, but I know that he did enjoy. He was surprised by the response.
No part of me is looking forward to actually having it. Like
You don't think that your girl will enjoy? I know she doesn't want you to do it. But you don't think that making sweet love to Steve-O might not have just maybe gotten a little bit more fun?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just genuinely believe in the production schedule. You know, like the ideas are there.
Yeah,
the ideas are there. I don't want to.
That's a great line. I believe in the production schedule.
I don't want to like spill everything out.
Yeah.
Like you just got to come to the show.
You did promise me on the phone.
I will tell you. I'm so sorry to do. That's
all right. What do you got?
It's
all right. I'm used to it.
I really, my conversational etiquette,
we're both hosts. It's hard to do that. Yeah.
I will tell you that I've been taking pole dancing lessons for my hidden camera strip club performances, and I'm already really good. Dude, the ideas are there. The ideas are there. The stakes are high.
Will you have a separate name?
No, I mean, well, yeah. I mean, when the all right, everybody clap your hands. Yeah. He's gonna not want to say Steve-O at first,
right? I mean, I'm saying, yeah. Please step up, Stephanie. Oh, yeah, Stephanie.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the champagne room. It would be wrong if I didn't.
You get a couple of crazy oil tycoons and they want some money. Might they have to think about? I mean, you said that I could motorboat you.
100%.
I will totally do that.
Oh, so dude, did I tell you about this on the last time?
We mentioned that you were going to do it. Yeah.
Well, how about that?
Yeah.
You know what? When I'm in California or even Tennessee, waking up.
Yeah, no, I get it. Trust me. I don't remember anything we did on yesterday's show, so it's
right,
cool.
Right.
No, but I'm motorboating it. I'm all for
Dude,
it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that you're in support of it.
You really changed my mind in the conversation we had last time. I sat in bed the night before and I said, I'm talking him out of it tomorrow. I'm talking him out of the penis tattoo. He's too far gone for this.
It's like Post Malone's not like a real tattoo artist.
No kidding.
And by no means was this the plan. Like, I was ready for it to be a terrible penis. I think he did a reasonably good job, but he had a very light hand. I mean, it's classy.
It's classy. That's what I thought when you walked in.
And if and when I elect to get it lasered off, which is the plan,
right.
The whole point is just to see how long I last with it in there.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun when I take photos with fans at this point and I say, let me give you my good side. Yeah.
I am looking forward to taking a photo with you so that I can have it on there. I think I told you this last time. I found a picture of the first time we ever met, which we talked about was at the WWE show where you were trapped now, and you look so much like a kid. We both look like kids. It's got to be 25 years ago.
I think it was 2007 specifically.
Maybe because my son wasn't with me, so he either had to be too young to go, or I was with my father and my sister at the wrestling event. So my son was either too little of a baby to go or just born. So he's 17, 18 now.
And I got sober in 2008. So I was at the pinnacle of being in my disease.
Wow.
And as such, I think that even though it was approaching 20 years ago, I got to believe I look better 50.
100%.
Yeah.
Your head is shaved, like you have a short hair, and your eyes are from another planet. You're like, yeah. I'll text it to you if I find it again. Yeah. Dude, I appreciate you getting up early and coming in. I love that your people said they advanced some information and said, please be aware Steve-O will not be doing any stunts on the show. We said, yeah, we're good.
Oh, wow, that's crazy, man. Like,
well, I bet every Yahoo show you do is like, stick this in your nipple. You know.
Yeah, I wonder, I'm not sure that, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I necessarily even like it. It seems to say, like, if I were you reading that, I would kind of see it saying, please be aware, Steve-O is uptight, doesn't want anything to do with you, and like will be annoyed and like hard to deal with.
I hear Steve-O has been asked by so many dumbass radio stations to do stupid stuff that he's not doing that anymore.
Right, but when you're the dumbass who's inclined to ask, you're like, oh, he's an annoying, uptight. You know?
I'm also the guy that goes, oh, so no stunts? Okay, cool. We won't ask him to do anything. And then you get here, we're like, tase your nipples.
Right. I think I might want to just ask about what is it that we're sending out?
No, I just said that. I actually think that's a good idea. Okay. So that, you
that way you're not getting hit by every station van whenever you go to some radio station.
Yeah, but then it's interesting because you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Do you go on shows when you were in LA? Do you like frequently, like were there? There's only a couple of shows I know of. Who?
Kevin and Bean.
Kevin and Bean, yeah.
On K-Rock, it was always my, but then Bean retired, as I understand, and Kevin got, left the show. I think maybe he went to a competing radio station. He's still in the mix.
Still there, yeah.
But I'm not really sure.
There's the Woody Show, or the guys in LA that I like. I met those guys before. They do a good show. And then, of course, Kevin and Bean. But other than that, I don't even know who's on the radio anymore.
You know the Rizzuto Show in St. Louis? I
know of the name. I don't know the show.
The Rizzuto Show in St. Louis is a great team, and they're very, very thriving. I mean, I've gone to St. Louis with, like, a pretty bad situation, like on the ticket scale front, the ticket sales.
Right.
And go on the Rizzuto Show, and boom, problem solved.
Good.
That's the only way that I can...
Do you know, though, as an artist, that it's not you that's not selling tickets. It's the fact that there's not enough information out there. There's who's not doing advertising for it, who's not telling.
I mean, that's kind, but
no,
you're never going to tell an artist.
But you'll see the jump. You'll see the jump after you've done the media. You know what I mean?
You'll like. I'm just so sensitive, and I don't think that's like. I think that what it is in the artist, in the comic, like the very dynamic, which makes the comedian compelled to get on stage and be like, "Please love me, please love me." Like I'm not okay, and I need to be on stage, like for you to make me believe that I'm okay.
Right.
Like that's a sensitive, defective person.
I'm missing that. I am on stage, like if I do a live show, I'm there for one reason. Give me that money. That's the only reason. I don't need to be loved. I don't care if you like me. It's just let's do this deal. I want them to have a good time. But I'm doing it for the money side of it.
I'll make no mistake, man. I'm just an attention whore. I need to be loved, and I care so much. I genuinely care so much about putting on a good show, man.
Oh man,
and,
well, good.
And this run again, it's been an exercise in workshopping material, in presenting horrific stuff, and I started out like really nervous about it, and in just this run, like up to this point, I'm really confident getting on stage.
Good.
I'm really like it's coming together, and man, is it fun. So
I wish I could go tonight. I can't go because first of all, it's late for me. But also, I got the debates tonight that I have to watch because we got to talk about that tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
I mean, dude,
in a sense, there's a lot of jackassery going on tonight on stages.
It's tonight.
It is tonight, yeah.
I mean, unbelievable. It's just unbelievable.
Listen, this is the weirdest point in all the years I've been alive, so I can't wait to see what happens next.
I got to believe that I will be very interested in everybody's take on it after the fact.
Yeah.
I'd probably rather wake up early and hear your take on it than actually suffer through the debate itself. So I don't really think that I see the debate as competition for my show.
No, I don't think it's competition.
And dude, like everybody, we will see you It's rigorous honesty. It's show and tell. I'm going to tell you the most implausible things that you would never believe they were true if I weren't about to provide the receipts. That's what's so fun about the multimedia.
You get to see the videos and all that stuff.
And now it's not. I'm not like shutting down the show like last time, where it's like, okay, now I'm gonna leave the stage. We're gonna live in this video. Now I just got the
clicker.
I got the clicker.
Yeah.
So boom, yep, proof. There's your receipt for this. Boom.
I never thought I'd see the inside of your penis, but I did watch the vasectomy video when I was there, and it was something else, man.
Yeah.
That was really. I was like, this isn't gonna bother.
The bar is high.
Yeah.
And man, I love Florida. I love you, man. It's great to be here.
Yeah, thank you for coming in early. I appreciate you getting up and coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
and congrats on being at the point where you don't have to leave your house. Dude, like Howard Stern, you genuinely like have reverence for Howard.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Always have, and here in so many ways, like you're just
90 million less. So close, but yes, no. This has been I'm the only one that in America that loved COVID. Once COVID happened, everything.
I loved it.
You loved it too?
Yeah, it was great.
Didn't have to leave the house for anything. Everybody stayed home. We were always together. My family was always here. We can go in the pool whenever we wanted to, hang out, and I could just come in this room for work. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I didn't know that I was going to love it.
Right.
But I'm just like, I would never have given myself a break. I'm not inclined to ever give myself a break, and I needed a break.
Yeah.
And so it forced me to kind of slow down, take a breath, and reevaluate, and I just adapted and diversified in ways that benefited me greatly.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I started a podcast.
Sure.
I realized that because I had the connection here at the radio station, a riot broke out. I was able to hop on the air and talk through the riot, interview the sheriff and all, because I had this facility. I was like, this is the best thing that ever happened.
Yeah, for sure. And like during the pandemic, so many relationships fell apart because a lot of partners
were stuck with each other.
Didn't like their significant other. People are, oh, wait a second, now I got to be with my significant other
24 hours
all
a
the
day,
time, and I don't actually like this person. So it tested relationships, and I was just so thrilled that my relationship really stood the test.
Sure,
we loved it. The more time we spent together, the stronger we got.
Exactly. Hey, here's to COVID, everybody.
Yeah, COVID was cool, man. And with the stimulus money just flowing, and everybody had expendable income to burn, it felt like.
Yep. Let's make some new T-shirts.
Dude, I was destroying it with the selling merch, and I even went a little overboard with it.
That's so funny.
But
I'll tell you the best takeaway I took from the whole show today that really makes me happy is, in a good way, not in a gotcha way, is that your father is on your payroll. I love that. I just think that's I can't wait till there's a time when my son was like, remember when you used to be rich? I'm looking forward to that.
It's, I don't want to.
It's a good thing. You keep it. You keep it.
I want to handle it the right way, but I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Steve-O tonight at the Capitol Theater. We got to take a break. It's the Mike Calta Show.
Steve-O.com.
Steve-O.com for all your information, videos.
If anybody has any doubts about what my unique show and tell multimedia approach to comedy is, right at the top of Steve-O.com, streaming 100% for free, is my last XXX rated multimedia special, the one that you saw, the bucket list.
Will you bring the boobs here when you have them in?
Well, okay, I'm gonna just blurt this out.
All right.
They're going to the Sturgis motorcycle.
That's going to be so weird.
And that's where the next run's going to start.
The Steve-O gang rape will be happening in Sturgis. Oh, good luck with that. All right. We'll take sloppy 30ths.
The ideas are there.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Sweet Jesus. Thank you, brother. We'll take a quick break. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show.
Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Happy birthday, America, from 102.5 The Bone. 102.5 The Bone and Neutral are sending you to see one of the biggest bands of this or any generation, Oasis.
Live in California.
Oasis. Head to theboneonline.com now for the locations of QR code posters near you. Scan the QR code on the poster, and you can score a flyaway to see Cage the Elephant open for Oasis in California, including airfare and tickets. And that's not all. You also get a pair of front row tickets to see Cage the Elephant at the Baycare Sound Clearwater on September 17th. Don't wait. Visit theboneonline.com now to find the location nearest you to register. From 102.5 The Bone and Neutral, keep it tasty. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY.
If you ever find yourself inside the emergency room, surrounded by these sounds, by these voices, by these machines, may you find our team of expert emergency caregivers at your side.
You're gonna be okay. Just grab my hand.
This is the power of the human spirit. Advent Health ER, 24/7 access to convenient emergency care. Go to theerexperts.com for locations near you. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Kickstart your betting journey the right way on Hard Rock Bet. New customers who bet just $5 get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's right. Bet $5, get $150 in your account to use like cash on your next picks. And Hard Rock Bet is turning your weekend nights up a notch. Every Friday, Saturday, Sunday night after 11 p.m., you'll get a profit boost for a live table tennis bet with matches around the clock. It's Hard Rock Bet. Bet on baseball, basketball, UFC, hockey, and soon NFL. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 888-ADMIT-IT.
At BrandonHonda.com, we've simplified the way you can buy your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Visit BrandonHonda.com to unlock the best price on any vehicle in stock. Plus, get your guaranteed credit approval, a real offer on your trade, and calculate your payments right online. And all vehicles come with a real nationwide lifetime warranty. Right now, you can buy with zero down and make no payments for 90 days. Save yourself the hassle and get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-280-0151 for more information.
Tight on cash? Say less. McDonald's under $4 McValue menu comes through. Indulging your sweet tooth or craving something savory? Tired of the same old, same old? Pick from your favorites like a creamy vanilla cone for $1.50 or a small frappe like rich caramel or chocolatey mocha for just $3.50. Quick snack breaks to late night cravings and everything in between. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
It doesn't matter where in the world you are, when you eat McDonald's fries, you're home. Day or night, rain, shine, good day or bad, there's something about golden, crispy, medium fries that feels like everything is going to be okay. And now I can get them for free when I spend $1 on any order in the McDonald's app. A deal so good, might as well pair with a classic quarter pounder with cheese or the iconic Big Mac. Get a little taste of home with Mickey D's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid through 7/31/25 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a week. Must opt into rewards. Excludes tax.
O'Reilly. Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free in or out of your vehicle. We can help you find the best battery for your vehicle and budget. O'Reilly Auto Parts has batteries starting at just $89.99. Get your battery tested for free today at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
July 4th weekend is the best time to buy at Cherry-owned Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Tampa. Join 102.5 The Bone and the Mike Go Show live Friday 11 to 3 and Saturday noon to 3 p.m. Enter to win a 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Sport and get the best deals of the year. Go to theboneonline.com for details.
Hey, it's Captain Zach Stern from Tampa Bay Fishing Radio. It's heating up, and I'm not just talking about the weather. I'm talking about Rivard Buick GMC's quest to be the #1 GMC dealer in the country. With the help of customers from Tampa Bay and all over the state trusting Rivard for the purchase of their new vehicle, they're closer than ever to that #1 spot. To ensure Rivard Buick GMC gets that #1 spot, they have over 1,000 vehicles in stock and the biggest discounts they've ever had, like up to $14,000 off MSRP on new Sierras. Visit RivardBuickGMC.com today and take advantage of their hunt to be #1. GMC, we are professional grade.
Weather Type Mike is here again, and I'd love to know what kind of advice you would give homeowners who are thinking about replacing their windows.
Well, Michael, if you're thinking about replacing your windows, first off, don't wait for a hurricane to blow through to remind you. It's like realizing you're out of cookies right after you've already eaten the last one. You don't want to be caught off guard. My advice is simple. Do your research. Make sure you're getting energy-efficient windows and check the quality. Don't go for the cheapest option. Those windows are like that diet cookie. It sounds good in theory, but it's really not going to do you any favors. You wouldn't grab the off-brand cookies when the good ones are on sale, right? Same thing with windows. Quality matters, and trust me, I know a thing or two about both. And always go with a company that stands behind their product. Kind of like I stand behind my cookie jar.
You can never put a true value on the things inside your home. Protect them from the start with weather-tight windows. You heard it straight from the horse's mouth. A horse whose mouth is filled with cookies.
WeatherTightWindows.com. WeatherTight Windows.
Celebrate red, white, and big savings now through Monday at Crown Hyundai.
Get financing as low as 0%, buy with zero down, or make no payments for a year on over 700 new tariff-free Hyundais. Drive a new 2025 Hyundai Tucson SE for only $259 a month. All are backed by Owner Assurance, America's best warranty, including a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Crown Hyundai, the better way to buy and service.
Visit CrownHyundai.com.
With approved credit, 36 monthly, 10K miles a year, $39.99. Do it signing plus dealer fee and electronic filing fee.
Don't put away the fireworks just yet. There's another national holiday, July 6th, National Fried Chicken Day, and McDonald's is celebrating with delicious $1 chicken deals all day in the app. Offer valid one time, only in the app. Reward members only.
Hurt in a slip and fall? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
1025, The Bone, Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, it's the Mike Calta Show.
Rob O'Neill is the Navy SEAL that is credited with shooting Osama bin Laden, although he'll tell you some other bullets hit him, but he shot him in the forehead at close range. Yeah. I have so many things I want to ask this guy, but he is highly decorated even before the bin Laden. He's got like 52 medals, and he's been on a bunch of missions. He was the first one on the boat that saved Captain Phillips that they made a movie about.
Nice.
Yeah, he's so like closest thing to superhero that they actually get. So there he is. I was just saying the closest thing modern day to a superhero, and then this guy too, other superhero. And by the way, Chad, go over that microphone in for a second if you don't mind. I was discussing this on the show yesterday. Strict competition among the good-looking sheriffs between you and Naka. I mean, you think Rob, you think of sheriff, you think of First of all, you think a small town, old school Western sheriff, big, usually the fat guy with a big mustache.
I think Roscoe.
The old
Roscoe Pico train.
Yeah. That's it. The old sheriffs. Not the young sheriffs. The two of us we certainly break that mold.
Oh yeah. And who would win in a fight between the two of you?
It'd never be a fight. We work too close.
Would you guys fight at the Punch Out the next for charity? Next Punch Out? Listen, I wouldn't want to fight Naco either.
But I'll bring it up. We are doing a lot for this month for domestic violence, promoting that, and the different charities with Valentine's Day coming up. We're actually working together to promote that. So we do a lot together because Pasco used to be, as you know, Mike, way up in the north end, and it's not that anymore. Now it's North Tampa. As we continue to expand. So we were very, very well and very close.
I like to consider myself the most famous person in Pasco County, but I keep getting knocked down. John Cena, the world famous wrestler, lives there. That knocked me down. Then Naco, once he starts chasing guys with his own car and taking them out, that knocks me down. So anyway.
Well, hey, if you're in the top 3, top 5, that's
Well, you got to figure too. The good news about John Cena is you can't see him.
So can you count them?
The funny part is, Rob, is that where I live, north of Tampa, is kind of almost like going out to the country. And, you're a lot of pickup trucks, a lot of, then all of a sudden a Lamborghini goes by. So you very well can see him when he's there.
You may not be able to see him. You can see his Lambo.
I was just explaining before you came in that everybody, of course, wants to introduce you as the guy who killed Osama bin Laden. But, man, before that, also, was the first guy on the boat in the Captain Phillips situation?
I was actually the first guy off the plane to jump. I wasn't one of the snipers, but that was such a difficult mission because we had never thought of how to rescue someone in a fully enclosed lifeboat being pulled by a Navy cruiser. So we were thinking, how do we do this? We had everyone come up with a plan. Right. I was the lead jumper, and we'd rehearse that over and over, but we didn't know how to get Captain Phillips out. So I detailed in the book, The Operator, that I just wrote, published in April. The snipers were there simply because they were making sure there was security, nothing unsafe happened.
Yeah.
While we were preparing to rescue, something unsafe happened, and they all took the shots.
Yeah.
And the thing's amazing about that, though, talking about heroes, like these Navy SEAL snipers were in their own beds 4 days before those shots in Virginia.
Wow, yeah.
Their guns don't need to be sighted in. There's going to be time, but their guns are sighted in because the preparation, just the professionalism of these guys I worked with. And that's why I call the book The Operator. It's the life of the operator. It's not me calling myself that. It's every Ranger, every Green Beret, every SEAL, just how they get there, the positive attitudes of getting there, and the preparation versus the planning, because the perfect plan never really happens. It's the other stuff around you.
And you're also, there's a part of it that's not that you want to kill anybody, but you're waiting to go to work. I mean, that's what you train for this whole time.
It's not even that you want to kill somebody, you want to protect others.
Right.
And sometimes you need to use lethal force simply because that's what has to happen right now. I've seen it a bunch.
Yeah, too much now. I mean, I'm sitting in my office a couple of minutes ago. I get another update on my phone, anher shooting here, another shooting there. You can't be prepared for any of that stuff, can you?
It's a difficult time. It comes a lot with people are resorting to violence too quickly now, I think, a lot because of video games, because of the education that we're not providing, and just they see it everywhere on social media. So it's tough. And
the entertainment industry, we're just a more violent society.
That's why I'm down here to support Sheriff Chronister, because we were just talking about it on the drive over. The way that you defeat a lot of the evil that there is everywhere. Not just places where I've been, but places here is with community outreach, with educating giving the kids a chance, letting them know what's what, and not just trying to. There's so much into it, but I really believe education is the key to winning a lot of these fights. Not just the global fights, but the local fights, and by fights I just mean the struggles.
Sure. You got to get out there and let them know there's another option. You speak to a lot of kids now, and the kids grasp the I have to explain every year at 9/11. I have to explain. I have an 11-year-old son. Explain really what went down and what it is. And when I was a little bit geeked out that you were going to be here. I'm a New York guy. I was telling my son that you were going to be on the show, and I had to run through who bin Laden was with him. It's weird to think that
they're not teaching a lot of that to younger kids. Because, I flew down this morning. I saw the Freedom Tower this morning.
Oh, yeah.
And every time you see that, you think of the World Trade Center, what happened here. And it's very important to know what happened and why it happened.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's not just because of 19 guys that went nuts. It's because of 19 guys that want to kill us because we don't believe exactly what they believe. And the education goes on the same. I get asked a lot about that stuff too, and you need to educate their kids as well. You can't teach people hate off the bat and expect them to grow up to be normal.
Yeah, you need to change the culture, whether it's local or abroad.
Yeah.
My nephew is graduating high school this year, and he decided he's going to join the Navy. And my father is in the Navy, but in and out guys. You know what I mean? Not lifers. And I know that there is a certain type of person that will join the military for life, that will become a police officer. Police officers, firemen, completely. I just went to the Pinellas fire training thing, and I had to talk to them and go, what is it about you that makes you decide to run into a building? There's a certain kind of human being.
It is a special breed, yeah.
I'm proud to say I'm not that guy.
Police, law enforcement, first responders,
yeah.
Running towards danger instead of running away from.
Talking about 9/11 with the iconic picture of the fireman running up as everyone else is running down, going up to die, because that's what he does.
Knowing that this is not going to work out.
This is not good. I got to get to floor 89.
What's the worst feeling and what worst mission you've had on the way out there where you're like, this may not be a good one?
The worst feeling is when you have an enemy in an elevated position and they're shooting at you and their bullets can reach your position but yours can't. So there's no point in shooting back because you're going to waste ammo.
Yeah.
So the best thing you can do is get your friends from the Air Force on the horn and see how long it takes them to get there. There's one mission, I talk about that in the operator, where I got in a spot like that where it took an hour of solid gunfire before we had anything show up, and we were outmatched. There was only a few of us on the ground, and we were being surrounded by, they won't admit it, but Pakistan military, Al-Qaeda and Taliban all fighting against us, and it was such a cool story because, again, with first responders, pilots, close air support, we had this guy show up, and there's a lot of intricacies that go along with calling close air support, but he realized that we got some adrenaline going, and to get rid of it, the first thing he said was, just talk to me like I'm a man. Yeah. And I believe the first thing I said back to him is, I see why women find you attractive, which wasn't part of the 9 line. But
when you get the call for the, by the way, you're going to touch back on a second on Pakistan. Mm-hmm. We should be more mad at Pakistan, should we not?
I think we're doing the right thing with Pakistan. We shouldn't just be funding people for the case of funding. They can.
They knew he was there. They knew he was hiding
Bin Laden,
there.
Yeah, there's no doubt he was there. Yeah,
and we knew he was there. We just had to make sure.
We knew it, but we needed to go in and make sure, because if we tell them we're going to work together, and I mentioned this too, we knew that they'd go get them. They'd pull them out. So yeah, they have their own interests. All of our allies have their own interests, but it's who has the most in common with us. And like what President Trump is doing right now, he's cutting a lot of the funding to Pakistan. He's cutting a lot of funding to the Palestinians. He's making Jerusalem, recognizing and moving the embassy back. Who are your allies? Who is going to stand next to you in a fight, and who's going to harbor the enemy? And it's very obvious when you go to these parts of the world.
Yeah, and would you recommend, like, I'm somebody who loves to travel, but I don't know, I'm not going there.
The way I put it this way is, I've been to a lot of countries, but if I need to see a pyramid, I'll go to the Luxor. It's in Vegas. There's a very ample buffet up there.
It's nice.
Where are you afraid to go anywhere?
No. I like to be aware of it.
Yeah.
And like even a couple days ago, there's a shooting in they call it a luxury hotel in Afghanistan.
Right.
There are no luxury hotels in Afghanistan, and whoever thought it's a good idea to stay there, it's a bad idea. So I would pay attention to what our friends at the State Department put out. They do it for a reason.
Right.
Stuff like Haiti, like just be aware of this and this time.
I'm not going to Haiti.
That's what I'm saying. But they that's what they tell people. So just don't do it. Now, other places. I know I travel to Ireland quite a bit, to the UK. I've been to Austria recently, and you just kind of. The world's not as bad as the media likes to say it is, but when there are real threats, which there are, you don't want to get complacent with the potential.
Yeah.
So hats and sunglasses for me, and I'm trying to come up with a good fake name.
Be careful, dude. Don't let that leak out. Don't go the route of Ron Mexico or any of that other stuff, because when it gets out, you look like a dick if they know. This is Rob O'Neill and Sheriff Chad Cronisher that are here with us. Great to see you supporting Chad. Chad is a great guy who is one of the few people I believe has his job because he genuinely wants to be there and wants to help out. Doesn't need it, but is there because he believes he could do some good.
No, that's again. That's why I flew down here to support him all day today. I've got a very busy schedule, but this is important. I'm a big backer of law enforcement, and I think Chad and I were talking about this on the drive over. Law enforcement has, in a lot of places, a more dangerous job than some of the places I was, because some places it's almost become a fad to try to hunt down police officers.
Oh,
and it's sad that you need to have that kind of back-to-back swim buddy, we would call it, time mentality here in the United States, just because of bad information being put out about police officers and a misconception of the way they treat people, and all of a sudden they're targets.
I don't think there's anything wrong with having a certain level of fear of a police officer. When I was a kid, and I knew anybody between the ages of 16 and 19 is a dick for a little while. And you just get your driver's license and you think you're a tough guy. I remember I had my driver's license 2 days, and the cop pulled me over on the loudspeaker. He goes, "Stop the car, moron." I couldn't fly today, but man, that scared the hell out of me. And when he got out, I didn't do anything wrong, but I knew I'm driving slow now because this guy's there. You need to have a little level of fear.
Slightly fearful respect.
Yeah.
Hey, I feared my mom growing up, and I respected her, but I knew she was always there for me, and that's what we're trying to promote in law enforcement today. And we're here for you. It's a partnership. It's not law enforcement and community. It's all one.
Do you guys watch that live PD show?
I do. I have seen it.
Best goddamn thing on TV.
What is it? Yeah.
Live PD. It's where they take camera crews, kind of like Cops almost.
Yeah, I love Cops.
But it's a mentality of it being live. It's not exactly 100% live, but they go to different cities and check in when they get calls so you can watch them as they play out. And some of it turns out to be, hey, we just pulled the guy over. But it shows you the lack of respect that people have for police officers. And also shows you the ridiculousness that people think. I mean, I would say 60% of the people that get pulled over don't have a driver's license. I'm driving license.
Gives you a different perspective. Yes. It does. And there's no editing like Cops. It's real. It's live.
It's live, and it's amazing to watch. I wanted to ask you this, and I'm sure you've been asked 1,000 times. When Bin Laden is shot, there are a couple of pictures going around the internet.
Oh, those are phony.
All of them?
Every single one of them, yeah.
You guys
we have the pictures.
Right.
And they are somewhere up near the Capitol, I'm sure.
Well, we'll never see them.
You'll see them.
You will?
Yeah, there will be a point where someone needs to get reelected, and the Bin Laden theories are all out there, and they need to, and they'll show them, and then people will be like, "Oh, those are disgusting. Why'd you show them?" It's like, well, you've been asking for.
There's one that looked really good.
Yeah, it's bad.
Really?
Yeah, that's not even. No, justice does need to be served, but a lot of people don't need to know what justice looks like. It's a very violent picture. I mean, I shot him at close range with a 5.56.
It's so weird to hear somebody say, I shot him.
Yeah.
When I shot him in the forehead, right?
Yeah, he was close, too, because when I turned the corner to go into his room, I just followed the point man up the stairs through a curtain. He went one way to try to jump on what he thought were suicide bombers. And so he's giving up his life for the guy behind him. And I just saw him do that. I turn, and there's Bin Laden 3 feet away, maybe, and his hands are on his wife's shoulders, and she started being pushed towards me, and he's standing there making a move, not surrendering. And I went up the stairs not because of bravery. I don't know what the point man was thinking. I went up because I know he's in there and he's going to blow himself up, and I'm tired of thinking about it. Let's just get it over with. Then I saw him, suicide bomber. He is a threat. And I've dealt with suicide bombers before, and it's scary, it's loud, it's fast, it's permanent, and you get rid of them by demobilizing them as quickly as can. And that's when you try to shoot them right between the eyes. So
when the other guy jumped on the bomber, what did he do? He got him before he could detonate.
There was no bombs.
Okay,
but you don't know that.
Right.
The time you find out if the guy's wearing a suicide vest is the same time you find out if they're pearly gays. Right. Because it ended that fast. That's how it goes.
When you see him face to face, do you get any butterflies? You're like, oh, there he is.
No. It was just it was so quick, and we'd done. We training in combat so many times. It's muscle memory. I know what I'm doing, but this is just the thing. You go through the quick. That's him. He's taller than I thought. Shorter beard. He's a threat. That's his nose. It's him. You got to eliminate him. Right, and so it didn't sink in until after because after I shot him, I saw his young kid, his 2-year-old, was in the room, and I remember the thoughts of poor kid, nothing to do with this. I'm a father. Right. You want to move him and his mom to the side, but then other SEALs are coming in the room, and that's when it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
And one of the guys came up to me, and he goes, hey, he looked at me. I'm standing there. He goes, are you good?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. What do we do now?
Yeah.
And he smiled and said, well, now we go find the computers. We do this every night. We've done this hundreds of times. And I said, yeah, you're right. Oh, my God, I'm back. And he goes, yeah, you just killed Bin Laden, bro.
Yeah, kind of like they had showed in the movie where they had,
you could tell no one on the mission helped with the movie because they sort of got it right through secondhand information, but the stuff that actually happened, which, again, I'm plugging my book, is in The Operator. The story's incredible. The guys were incredible.
You should plug your book. It's a wonderful book, very informative.
I have the book, and I haven't read it.
It's not just entertainment. It's a great read.
And by the way, I did hear you say this, I think, on Stern or one of the interviews that the government did allow you to use that information, correct? Because they knew you were going to write the book.
No, I submitted it to the government.
Right, and then
because I had a memoir, and then I want to do it the right way. I want to make sure other eyes are on it so they can see whether or not anyone in the future might be affected. So I gave it to them, and they were good to me. They went through the whole thing in a matter of months. They did some redactions, so we together made changes on certain names, and they edited out the SEAL team we were at, which is funny because whatever.
Anybody know?
They said don't say it. I'm all good. I'm all good. But yeah, so this is approved. It's the real story. It's and that's why when people ask me, they're like, "Well, what about the controversy?" I'm like, "There's no controversy. This is what happened." And that's it.
Because you guys have an oath of silence. But I mean, at this point,
you know what's funny though is I get asked about the oath of silence and why SEALs don't write books. I'm like, you know what? I know, and I read about that in about 180 SEAL books.
Yeah, that's how you found out about it.
And at least 5 movies.
What's your favorite movie that is about modern day missions?
Lone Survivor is probably my favorite. And we were involved with that one too. Yeah. That was the first thing I did with my secret SEAL team. That was the first time we were over there. And I know Marcus, Lone Survivor, and he's just where he was in the Korengal Valley and the Shuriak Valley in Konar Province is pretty much the most dangerous place in the world. And for him to get through that on his own after watching his friends die when it's so easy to give up, the will to live is insane. And he's done an excellent job afterwards. He's a positive guy. I follow him on Instagram, and
that was a great movie. I mean, you know the ending.
Yeah.
But the entire time you're watching,
that was a good movie. And they had Navy SEALs as advisors on that, and they were really hard on the stuntmen. Like they would make them redo the jumps off the cliffs because that wasn't accurate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was serious. And they did a great job. But the actors did awesome jobs. I don't think Wahlberg's as tall as Luttrell, but he was awesome. I like that movie.
What about the Benghazi movie?
I was not involved with Benghazi, so I like the movie.
I know, but as far as somebody who's been in it.
I know Tonto, and he was there, and he helped with the movie, as did the other guys. And if they were on set, then it's probably pretty accurate. And again, just a small force fighting Al-Qaeda in a very dangerous place. It had to be something like that. And, they lost guys, and they had some horrible stuff happen. But it was them, some not conventional, some high tier 1 Army operators, again, I can't talk about, but then other individuals for certain government agencies that apparently fought it out for a long time.
It's amazing to watch.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
I've seen it a bunch of times.
Me too.
That's the problem that I have with 13 Hours is if I'm at home getting ready to go work out and I'm just flipping through the channels and it's on, I will sit there and watch the rest of it.
Before it goes, how come you still work out? You should just be fat now. You like we were saying today.
You shouldn't have to pay for any drinks.
No taxes.
No taxes.
You shouldn't have to pay taxes.
Every year, whichever car you want, whatever model, you get the first one off the line.
Right. The taxes, if you guys can lobby for that, I'm cool with not paying taxes.
Yeah.
If I don't mind buying a round every now and then. That's fun. But
all right. But I mean, you got to be like, if you go into a bar, if you have a friend that you travels with, you never want to be the guy. But if your friend can go in a couple of minutes before you and go, hey, you guys know who's coming in here later, you'll never pay for a drink in your life.
I had friends do that, and it kind of makes me uncomfortable. Like, hey, the guy that killed Bin Laden type stuff. It's because the whole team, and back to the intel, back to the people for years. But I have had him do it before when I put up a monster tab and all of a sudden the owner of the joint just picks it up. So that's cool.
That's great. Yeah.
Cool. Heck yeah.
We all know from that end of the mission was the president and everybody watching in that one room.
Yeah.
You guys know that they're watching at the time? I mean, obviously,
they were watching a feed that could only see the exterior. So all they saw was the helicopter crash. And the other one land where we weren't going to, but we did because of a contingency. So that's all they saw. And even the brilliant Admiral Bill McCraven, who was the overall commander in country, he saw it too, but he wasn't really talking to it. He was in a different base. And him being smart, knowing that having the White House freak out right now is not going to help.
Right.
All he said was he called back and said, hey, obviously there's been a contingency, but my men are prepared.
They're ready to go.
And he had no idea if we were all dead. Yeah. But he's but having President Obama freak right now is really not going to help the situation. So we'll kind of leave it as it is, and then we'll see what happens.
I have to tell you that Zero Dark 30 was the closest thing for an average person to be there, but now to read your book and know what it was actually like.
Yeah, the ending's different. Not the ending. Bin Laden dies in the book. Too. But when we got back and we talked to there was a team of women that found him, but the lead woman we showed, and I definitely can't say that I don't want to say it, but cooler, way cooler than any of that movie.
Oh, really?
I have a question. So the operator of the book, which they'll make into a movie, I'm sure, who plays you?
Yeah.
Who do you want?
I always say that I think it'd be kind of fun because it's a young me and then it's an older me. So I'm thinking as the kid going up in Montana, Kevin Hart, and then The Rock as the SEAL.
I'll tell you.
I don't know. Because I get hit with that stuff. Like, you ever see Jake Busey?
Yeah.
He's kind of an ugly, good-looking guy like me.
You do look like kind of like a more handsome Larry Bird. No, I would lay in bed and think about that. Who I'd want that. Not,
you know,
it's not who looks like you.
If they want to make a movie, that's just an honor to get in the process. We're not quite there yet, but we'll see.
We gotta be there.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll
We
happen.
gotta be there. Come on, I want to see that. Every man wants to see that. I have to tell you, it is a thrill to meet you as an American, but as a New Yorker and anybody affected by 9/11 and Bin Laden. It's great to meet the man who actually could say that time I shot Bin Laden.
Do you want to tell them how we found out the most American way in the world?
All right, so we're at Monday Night Raw Wrestling is here in Tampa.
That's awesome.
And at the time, Wi-Fi in the Ice Palace, the Amalie Arena here, is terrible. Nobody has a signal. They can hardly get a signal. And I don't know who told me. Was it my father?
Yeah,
but I was the one. I finally get a text, and I think it was my dad. And he says, "Hey, I'm hearing Bin Laden was shot." So I run backstage at the WWE, and I tell them that they're live on TV. It's right as the show's ending, and they keep the house lights on, and John Cena, in his jean shorts, comes out into the ring and tells everybody that Osama bin Laden has been compromised.
I have seen that.
Have you really?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
To be there, that's cool.
Yeah,
I have a good story. Another one. A year to the day of the anniversary. I had my kids at a water park. We're in the hotel getting ready to change.
Right.
And we have a national news station on, and they said, all right, it's the anniversary of Bin Laden's death. Right now we're taking viewer email. Whoever has the best story of where you were when you found out Bin Laden was dead, email us. And so my daughter started freaking out. She goes, Dad, you got to email him and just tell him you were in his bedroom.
I was a couple of feet away from him.
I was like, well, yeah, honey, I can't do that. I'm still in the Navy.
Not to bring it back down again, but I have kids, man. I didn't kill Bin Laden, and I'm afraid to send my kids out to places. Do you think about that?
I mean, I've been dealing with that since it happened.
Yeah.
And there's, I don't talk about the security in places, but we're aware of stuff in local law enforcement, federal law enforcement, certain things that are there. We're aware of it. And
I know you don't talk about where you live, but you come from Montana.
Yeah.
We're the other toughest American in the world.
Evel Knievel. He's from my hometown, Butte, Montana.
Let me tell you, it must be something in the water out there.
I go home every time. I'm like, where's my statue?
Yeah. It's coming, buddy. It's coming. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming in here today.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for all your support of law enforcement, our military. You're certainly one of our community leaders, and we can't thank you enough for all your support.
Because I recognize that I'm not that guy. I'll help you if you're stuck on the side of the road, but if there's a fire or something, that's too much for me. I'm a big pussy. Seriously, if you need me to do any ride-alongs or any of that stuff.
Well, I heard the other day you want to be a reserve deputy, so I've already gotten a phone call. We're in process of making you an honorary deputy.
Nice.
Bring you on, making sure you're on team Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office.
I'm pretty sure I have the same amount of guns as you guys do. So what do you carry on a daily basis? Can you say? What would you carry?
I'm so used to 6 Hour that I've fired it over 1 million times. The operating system. I've noticed from actual you want a 45 or higher.
Yeah.
People have this will to live thing that.
Think about this, Mike. 17 years, over 400 missions. You're going to get attached to the gun that you
love.
I love that gun.
You want to hear what a big pussy I am? I bought a 50 caliber Desert Eagle because it looks so beautiful. I'm buying them to collect them. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do anything.
That's a fun gun
I go to the range a lot. I'm afraid to shoot it. I have not fired it yet.
It's good.
The guy said to me, "What are you going to buy it for?" And I just went, "Home protection."
Art.
Yeah, he goes, "This is a good gun for home protection because if the guy that is in your house runs away to the neighbor's house and hides behind the refrigerator, you can still shoot him."
Maybe I can get my wife down here to show you how to shoot it.
I feel like that's going to be the one that makes me put it down. Like, all right, gentlemen, very good to see you both. Thank you for coming in here today.
Thanks, Mike.
Good luck with everything, and we are here for you if you need anything.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks so much.
We'll take a quick break. It's a Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. You're listening to The Mike Calta Show.
They don't know what the they're doing. Pretty good, huh?
102.5 The Bone.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
If you're looking to buy jewelry in the Tampa Bay area, you know where to go, the Gold and Diamond Source. Now through July 6th, get to the Gold and Diamond Source for 5-year interest-free financing. This deal is so incredible that it only happens once a year. Imagine buying a $5,000 piece of jewelry or an engagement ring and paying just $83 a month? And did you know that gold is at an all-time high? If you're bringing your old jewelry, Steve and Julie will buy it and offer you the highest trade-in values of the year. It's the perfect time to upgrade what you're not wearing and turn it into something that you'll never want to take off. From custom engagement rings to birthstones, tennis bracelets, and diamond studs, whatever's on your wish list, Gold and Diamond Source can make it happen. Whether it be a gift, an engagement ring, or get something nice for yourself. They even have Rolex watches. It's family owned and trusted for over 40 years and just minutes from anywhere in the Tampa Bay area. You can stop by Gold and Diamond Source at Olmerton Road in Clearwater, or you can check them out online at goldendiamondsource.com. Stop by the Jewelry Supercenter, the Gold and Diamond Source, and make sure you tell them Mike Calta sent you.
This is Mal, spokes-eagle for Veterinaire, the home services company proud to serve you. One of the most common questions I get is, Mav, my AC seems fine. Why do I need a tune-up? The answer is, you live in Florida. Your AC is under more strain than a rookie in boot camp. If you like taking risks, get a lottery ticket. If you like living in comfort, get an AC tune-up. They're comprehensive and affordable, and free if you sign up for a Veterinaire maintenance plan. Learn more at veterinaire.com.
Veterinaire. Brandon Ford's Red, White, and Blue Sale. Oh, it's big. Big inventory. Big selection. Massive discounts. Truckloads of new vehicles are arriving every day. Our biggest inventory ever. With no tariffs. Just historic low prices. New 2025 F-150 STX Super Cruise as low as $38,995. Save over $12,000 on new, loaded 2025 F-150 XLT 4x4s. Save as much as $22,000 on new 2025 F-150 Lightnings. Plus APR as low as 2.9% for 72 months. New 2025 Escapes at over $11,000 off MSRP. And new 2025 F-250 and F-350 Super Duties, including dualies, at $100 over factory invoice with a free custom spray and bed liner. It's the Red, White, and Blue Sale. Only at Brandon Ford, the largest volume Ford truck dealer in America. On Highway 60 and 301 in Tampa. And at BrandonFord.com on approved credit. No bull, no surprises, real prices.
Hey, did you know that with Frontier Fiber Internet, the best Wi-Fi isn't just for VIPs anymore?
So even if I have less than 1 million followers?
Or me, a total noob?
What if I'm not in the metaverse yet?
Yeah, now everyone can get Wi-Fi 7 with a premium Eero router on Fiber 500 and up. Now starting at only $39.99 per month. Switch to the most advanced Wi-Fi on 100% fiber internet. Only from Frontier. Good to go. In select areas, price for 12 months with autopay. ETF terms apply. Max speeds wired. Actual average and Wi-Fi speed vary.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
If you are 50 or older, it is recommended that you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're an adult 19 to 49 with certain underlying medical conditions like asthma, diabetes, chronic heart disease, or COPD, vaccination is also recommended. Talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protect yourself. Furnished by the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
July 4th weekend is the best time to buy at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Tampa. Join 1025 The Bone and the Mike O Show live Friday 11 to 3 and Saturday noon to 3 p.m. The first 10 car purchases get a free TV. Plus, every 2025 new car purchase comes with a Yeti cooler. Go to theboneonline.com for details.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show.
I know where I live, so I try to be respectful of the wildlife in the area. But man, there's cases when that stupid dog made me chase her into the woods the other day. I thought for sure a snake was gonna get my ankles because I'm not wearing high-heeled shoes, like high ankle shoes.
Well, Joe said he busted ass out with the dog in the break.
What happened?
Well, there was a whirlybird overhead, Michael, and I
mash?
I dropped the leash for a second when the dog was running, and she was headed straight for the swamp.
Oh boy!
And I dove to try to grab the leash, and I slipped and fell.
In your pee?
in a lot.
Do you need this? Just send me the dry cleaning bill.
No. Yeah, it's just a little bit on the
on the sneaker.
on the sneaker.
That's just such a good 50s move. Just send me the dry cleaning bill.
Okay.
I like in Cinderella Man when she throws a drink into the guy's face and he goes, "Just send me a dry cleaning."
I'm so disappointed I don't have video of that.
I'm sorry.
We may have video of that depending on where he was. Which area of the swamp were you in?
Directly in front of the when you walk out the back door by the taps.
Oh yeah, we got it.
Fantastic.
We got it in the video. there is. I have to tell you, I really enjoy my. I have ADT for my alarm company, and their cameras are fantastic. So I could see almost everywhere around the house. That's the one thing. Like at night, if I hear a noise just from my bed, I could be like, boop, just look and see, make sure the perimeter is secure.
Awesome. So you think you captured me?
I am without a doubt. Yeah.
Gosh.
In fact, I'm going to check it right now.
I really
send it to Gio, best video guy.
But right now, a brand new open letter from Galvin.
And now, an open letter from Galvin.
This is an open letter to people that hate their job. Dear people that hate their job, seriously, quit. I'm Galvin from the Mike Calta Show, and all right.
That's not nice.
It might not be that easy, but here's the deal. Just because you made bad choices in life and now you're trapped in a job that you hate that makes you miserable, don't take it out on me, because now you have two people that are mad. So in the words of the random noise making and chest slapping Bobby McFerrin, be happy. Now, I realize that I'm here at my job where I work 4 hours a day and get to goof off with my friends, telling you, someone that busts their ass, just get a different job. But here's the thing. I know it might be easier said than done. But look at Rodney Dangerfield. He was like 50 when he started doing stand-up. And most of Betty White's career happened late in her life. And I'm not saying that you have to go into entertainment, but here's the funny thing. People would say to me, oh man, I wish I could play drums, or I wish I could play guitar. And I would always say, you can. Think about it. If you started now, in 3 years, you could be great. Or in 3 years, if you don't start, you still won't be able to play, and you'll be 3 years older. So take that other job, or finish your degree, or move to that place you always wanted to live. Because life's too short to go along being unhappy. But if we're being honest, the real reason I don't want you to hate your job is so I don't have to deal with you in your miserable mug when I'm trying to enjoy a meal, or go to the movies, or get my car fixed. Because no matter what your job is, if you have a good attitude, it'll help you in the long run advance in your career. But if you hate your job and you're always miserable and you're being a prick that I have to deal with, you're going to get the signature Galvin boo with a nice side of thumbs down as I walk away from your awful life. I'm Galvin from the Mike Calta Show, and this has been an open letter to people that hate their job.
Yeah, you can tell right away who they are too.
Yeah.
The minute you order your Wendy's and they go, drive around, please, Wendy's, I take your order, then you know right away they're unhappy people. Well,
fix it. Do something about it.
Yeah, nobody, don't blame us for your life decisions. We're just here to make your day. If you're here, what bothers me the most, I think, is that I'm super polite to strangers, that I expect at least to get that back.
Right. 100%.
When I hold the door for somebody and they don't say thank you, that makes me, I want to run up behind them and push them down.
Oh, I yell at them. I go, you're right. That's my job, to hold the door for you.
Yeah.
I say, you're welcome.
That's what I do. I always go, you're welcome.
They hand you your change and they don't even say anything.
Yeah.
They just,
or I love when I pull up to the drive-thru window and they just look at me and I just look at them.
Yeah.
I know what I'm supposed to do, but say it.
Yeah.
553, here's my card.
Something.
Although I have to tell you, I'm bitching about it right now, but I was amazed at how polite people have been in the past couple of days. Like in New York specifically, and I only say that not because they were in New York, but because I haven't really interacted with strangers much lately. And I got into the elevator and they held the door for me as I was getting there. I go, oh, thank you. Oh, no problem. Then when they get off the elevator, they go, have a good day. I go, you have a good day. I was like, yeah, this is so nice. When people are nice to you, it is contagious. You want to be nice to other people. So, I find, although I have to tell you, I like when I go to Starbucks, any Starbucks, not just mine, when I roll up in there and they go, hi, welcome to Starbucks. What can we get for you today? Oh, I'd like a Trenta cold brew, please. And then, okay, it's $5.11. Drive around inside. Thanks. You have a good day. You have a good day. Okay, good. We're great. But when I pull up to a Starbucks and the dude's like, hey, welcome to Starbucks. How's your day going? I go, nope. I go, there's too many other ones for me to stay here and listen to that. The guy said to me one day, welcome to Starbucks. And the next day I went back there and he goes, welcome to the Bucks. How's your day going? And my daughter goes, is that the same idiot that said welcome to Starbucks? I believe it is. Yeah, and I know those guys are just trying to make the best of what they're doing there, but it's unnecessary.
Yeah,
it makes me feel uncomfortable. It really does.
At least they're not asking you your opinion of race relations anymore.
No one ever asked me, but I wish they would. I'd really sent those kids in a tizzy if they did.
What a thing.
That is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
I obviously go to the Starbucks like very early in the morning before the show, and they're like asking me like, so how's your day going so far?
Yeah.
Like, I've been awake for 9 minutes. Just give me my goddamn coffee and let me go.
They're encouraged to make conversation, and I don't understand why.
I realize I'm the jerk off, but still.
It slows the line down.
Yeah.
And it's unnecessary. Just let them know that you're there if you need anything. Here's your coffee. It'll be up in a minute. Can I get you anything else while you're waiting? Need a napkin, a straw, whatever.
You should just go overboard. Say, I just ran a marathon. My new company just went public.
Yeah.
And I got married 2 minutes ago.
I feel like if it's before a certain time of the day, you shouldn't be asking how's your day going so far. And like it's 5:22 in the morning.
Yeah, or what if you gave them real problem? Not good. It seems I don't think my aunt's gonna make it.
Yeah.
She's at stage 4.
I'm on my way there now to the hospital.
Yeah.
Start
Plus,
crying.
yeah, I scratched my leg so hard it's bleeding. No, the other hand, it's cool. Like, you really, what if you start saying these things to these people? They're going to be horrified.
Yeah. But the thing is, I have to go there every day. So then it's like, oh, what happened? Did Aunt May die? I'm like, oh, no, she's fine.
Yeah.
Now it's her uncle.
Yeah.
What are you, Spider-Man?
Oh, man. All right. Is anything happening this weekend that I'm besides the Super Bowl?
I don't think so. This weekend.
I felt like we had something that we were supposed to do. I don't know. I'm excited to watch football, but I don't really care about the Super Bowl. Like, I keep trying to get into it.
I don't think I'm going to watch.
You don't think you're going to watch
You're not going to watch the Super Bowl? You're going to watch it.
Probably
I definitely want to see the halftime show.
I did not watch any of the playoff games, the AFC, NFC Championship. Once the Bucks were out, I was very bitter.
Yeah, I wasn't bitter. I thought it was a good season for the Bucks. I can't win the Super Bowl every year. I'm happy with it. I was upset because I knew Tom Brady was probably going to retire, but
I know if the Rams win, that's going to put me in a worse mood.
You would rather the Rams win or lose based on the fact that they beat us twice.
I want them to lose.
See, I feel like my wife said, look, if I'd want them to win because then they beat us. They were the Super Bowl champions.
No, if I can't have it, they shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel.
I am going to watch it, but I don't think there's going to be any fanfare around it whatsoever. I do like waking up, especially if it's going to be cold out, a nice cold football Super Bowl Sunday. They start the coverage like at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
There's all sorts of things to see.
I'm going to watch it, but I'm not going to be happy.
I'm really looking forward to the halftime show. I think the halftime show is going to be fantastic.
I don't want to see dumb Odell Beckham dancing around.
Why?
Screw him.
I got to tell you, with the halftime show, I hope it comes across well. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to do music on live TV and doing that stuff, so I hope that they capture it well with the,
I think that so it's Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem,
Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige.
Which, by the way, Mary J. Blige getting better looking the older she's getting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Technology.
She was high, yeah.
All sorts of technology.
I don't know what ladies are doing, but that's a good move.
I feel like there has to be a surprise. You know what I'm saying? Like there has to be an Ice Cube. NWO.
Or old school, bring out like Grandmaster Flash or somebody, I think that would be cool.
Yeah. Well, it's just very West Coast, so I would imagine it's got to be all West Coast themed. But you have California Love, which obviously doesn't have Tupac, but it's got Snoop and it's got Dre. It's in California. I mean, there's got to be some sort of California Love nod there. I don't know who sings it, if Eminem fills in or if somebody else comes in and does the Tupac part. I mean, I would think that would be great.
I'd imagine they come out not all together until the end. It's like each person gets like their own song for a minute or two.
Well,
and then
that's the thing, and then Dre and Snoop did stuff together. Dre and Eminem did stuff together. Eminem and Snoop did so it's possible for them in any capacity to do that. But so I guess what's a new one though is Dre and Eminem, isn't it? I think they have a new song out. Maybe Mary J. Blige on. I don't know. But I would imagine this is all in an effort to sell that album. But still, it'll be interesting. Valentine's Day is Monday, and my wife is always like, no flowers. So do I get flowers? Do I not get flowers?
Yeah, I get flowers.
I have to get flowers,
you
right?
get flowers, yeah.
But she doesn't really like them, and they die real quick. And it's $100 just on the flowers.
You know who can keep those flowers alive for quite a long time?
Joe?
Barcard over there.
What are you, the flower whisperer?
You put an aspirin in there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm great at arranging. I change the water.
Great green thumbs. All jokes aside, yeah.
Wow, okay.
Good.
Yeah.
All right,
well, maybe I'll arrange them.
Yeah. I'll just squeeze a couple extra days out of them?
Yeah. Weeks.
I don't know what I'm going to get my wife, and I really was just going to half-ass and be like, here's flowers in the
Terrific
card.
Lady Day.
But then she's like, no. Then she's like, oh, you're going to love what I got you. And now I'm like, oh, well, now you just put the pressure on me. Now I have to get something good.
Yeah.
Which she didn't even say, like, get me something expensive. She got to, like, get me something that I'm going to love.
Right.
You know? Do you know I'm so, what's the right word? I don't pay attention enough that I bought her the same tennis bracelet 2 years in a row. The same one. I bought it for her and then went and bought it again and gave it to her, and she's like, I like it, but I don't like it this much. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, you already gave me that one. Oh, no.
If not for you, I wouldn't have a huge Shaq Barrett collection of memorabilia.
Yeah.
Right?
You've got like 3 Shaq Barrett autographs in a row, which is fine. I like
You're the Shaq Barrett enthusiast.
I love Shaq Barrett.
For some reason, whenever I have an opportunity to buy stuff at a charity auction or wherever where I know it's legit, one of the guys is always Shaq Barrett.
Yeah.
And I bought this stuff, and I'm like, I'm going to save this for Gio for Christmas or his birthday or whatever. Which, by the way, Gio has a birthday coming up. Did you know
he
that?
does.
Yes.
Oh,
We all
you guys all knew that?
Of course.
Yeah.
Are you surprised that I knew?
Yes.
A little
Thank
bit.
you.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised.
Yeah. Next.
He told you.
No, he didn't. Gio's not an announcer.
No, that's not my style.
He's not a go get me something for my birthday kind of guy. That's Spanish.
No, not go get, but like, me and my wife are going here for my birthday or something.
No.
Like, casual mention.
Also a silly thing to say. Him and his wife don't celebrate him together.
Gio is going to be how old? How old do we think Gio's going to be? I'm going to say Gio is going to be... God, I really almost have no idea, Gio. I'm going to say you're going to be 44.
I'm going to say you're going to be 42.
I say 43.
I know, but if I didn't know your age, I would say you were turning 38 or 39.
Yeah, I would guess younger, but just knowing you and how beaten down you are.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
See, I'm the opposite. Knowing you, I'd say 55. But knowing your birthday, you're going to be 41.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be 42.
Oh, 42.
Yeah. Though my insides are going to be 62.
Oh,
Yes.
Your heart is 1,004.
If you make it.
My cardiologist says otherwise.
Hey, can somebody help me out with this? I got a direct message on Twitter from Brad at 7:42. Grouper sandwich.
Yes, I got you.
What?
Brad
Okay.
was trying to tell you what is the thing that is indigenous to Tampa.
Right.
Okay,
the food.
there you go. Thank you for the help. Yeah.
Nice.
Frenchies.
But the problem with
correct.
this, Brad, is that I don't necessarily see it in real time.
Right.
And then, we look at it almost an hour later, and I go, what the hell is it? Like,
Need a little
is he
decoder.
trying to hypnotize me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Grouper sandwich, and then I just fall asleep.
During the break, Joe picked up Hazel, my dog, to go take her outside. And when he bent over, his ass crack came out. And I grabbed my phone to get a shot, but I missed it. You were too quick. But Herman Johnson wasn't.
That's right.
Herman Johnson's got it and put it on Twitter, a good shot of Joe's ass crack. Thanks to Mr. Johnson. I will take it and I will put it on Instagram for the whole world to see.
Now we all suffer.
I thought that was me that he got a photo of. I'm glad it wasn't me.
Joe, you have the weirdest colored ass crack.
Well, what do you mean?
First of all, I did look at it. You have a tremendous amount of hair.
Well, I do have some
What?
Carmen, he has a tremendous amount of hair on his ass.
No, you got to clean it up.
Like so much that I thought there was going to be a tail underneath.
Yeah.
So glad that wasn't me.
Oh, man.
Are you sure that wasn't you?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I see the hat. The hat's in the picture.
Wow. That's disturbing.
I don't really feel like I'm that hairy.
Well, surprise.
You're wrong.
You got like a tan belt on or something?
A white belt.
White belt? Okay, yeah.
Oh my
He's a white belt. Do you see it, Carmen? That's a hairy ass, right?
Yeah, it looks like a tramp stamp almost.
All right, hold on. I'm going to put it up on Instagram now so everybody can check it out.
Great.
Sorry, Joe. This is what I got from you.
Herman, who took the picture, said it looks like a crucifix.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Really?
The power of God compels you.
Here is Pap's
Oh, wait.
Poop poop.
hair
Pap's poop poop.
It's
ass
Pap ass.
crack.
I love that was caught with Joe's camera, his shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, that's he screenshot Bone TV. Here is Pap's hairy ass crack. Thank you, Herman Johnson. It's up on our Instagram.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. Breaking summer news. All the rooms at the Sky Beach Resort for the Bone Summer Beach Bash are completely sold out. But good news, you can still come out and party for free. Neutral presents the Bone Summer Beach Bash. An entire weekend of awesome events and hanging out with all your favorite people from the Bone. Plus, it's absolutely free to get in. It's all happening July 18th through the 20th at the beautiful Sky Beach Resort in St. Pete, a bayfront oasis with a private beach at the southernmost tip of St. Petersburg in the Skyway District. No matter what you do, don't miss the Bone Summer Beach Bash, presented by Neutral and 102.5 The Bone. Special thanks to attorney Patrick Smith, The Brisket Shop, and Wild Fork.
Drinking and driving don't mix. If you've been injured by a drunk driver, we're Bernetti PA and we sue drunk drivers. We know you may not have been ready. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, and Pinellas.
If you want great food, cold beer, and a reason to get off the couch, Hooters has it locked down this summer. Start with their Buffalo Shrimp Special. 10 shrimp tossed in whatever sauce you're craving, plus a pile of fries, and it won't crush your wallet either. Or switch it up. Hit the tacos. 3 options. Shrimp tacos, mahi tacos if you're feeling fancy, or chicken tender tacos if you're staying landlocked. And yeah, they throw in curly fries or tots because they actually know what you want. Now, let's talk beer. Big Daddy mugs of Bud or Bud Light, just $6. Mick Ultra, $6.50, or just go big with buckets. 5 for $25. They have 11 locations in the Tampa Bay area, and everybody loves Hooters. Plus, they have 2 new locations coming this summer. Go to originalhooters.com to find the location near you. Stop by Hooters and make sure you tell them Mike Calta sent you.
At Brandon Honda, we have the hottest hybrids in stock and on sale. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Right now, get the brand new Accord hybrid for just $199 per month. Get the award-winning CR-V hybrid for just $249 per month. Or get the all-new, just released 2025 Civic Hybrid Sport for just $199 per month. With gas mileage as high as 50 miles per gallon, these award-winning hybrids won't last long. Plus, get a real nationwide lifetime warranty, unlimited time, unlimited miles. Get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-448-7710 for more information.
I'm Keith LeClaire, founder and owner of International Diamond Center.
Want to hear a great American dream story? Get Keith LeClaire talking about starting IDC over 40 years ago with a few $100s and some gold chains.
I started this business with 8 gold chains. Now we have inventory valued at well over $200 million and over 500,000 satisfied customers.
Indeed, IDC has earned a stellar reputation in the national jewelry industry, able to attract the finest brands and command the best supplier pricing.
People here trust us because we are the real deal. Best product, fair pricing, ironclad warranties, and no pressure atmosphere.
A big part of that success is staying true to Keith's core values: integrity, honesty, transparency, and a genuine, unwavering commitment to customer care.
Part of the blessing of being in this business us is we get to share in these happy points of other people's lives. My job is to continue to protect you today, tomorrow, and God willing, 3 generations down.
International Diamond Center in Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota.
Let's talk about these potential looming tariffs on cars, because there's 2 things you can do to avoid the hit. Number 1, buy now from a dealer with a huge inventory like Stingray Chevrolet, because every vehicle that's on their lot now or in transit is pre-tariff. But if you do end up buying a vehicle, if and when these tariffs hit, there's another guaranteed way to offset the price increase, and that is don't pay a dealer fee, because that fee can cost you an additional $1,000 to $1,500. And believe me, most dealers are for sure going to continue to charge it, regardless of the fact that their customers are already going to have to absorb the price increases caused by tariffs. Not at Stingray Chevrolet. Because of their no dealer fee policy, you automatically will save $1,000 to $1,500, and that, my friends, is a great way to offset any potential tariffs. StingrayChevrolet.com, Tampa Bay's big store on I-4, exit 22, Plant City. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
We hear it every day.
I'm a safe driver.
Then in an instant, it happens. A car crash. And you remember, for over 25 years, 1-800-ASK-GARY has helped over 350,000 people find the legal and medical help they need to get the settlement they deserve. You remember 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Celebrate red, white, and big savings now through Monday at Crown Hyundai. Get financing as low as 0%. Buy with 0 down or make no payments for a year on over 700 new tariff-free Hyundais. Drive a new 2025 Hyundai Elantra SE for only $99 a month. All are backed by Owner Assurance, America's best warranty, including a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Crown Hyundai, the better way to buy and service. Visit CrownHyundai.com. With approved credit, 24 monthly, 10K miles a year, $59.95 due at signing plus dealer fee and electronic filing fee.
Register to bid at Meckham.com for the return of Meckham's Florida Summer Special at Osceola Heritage Park, July 9th through the 12th, with 1,500 muscle cars, classics, Corvettes, trucks, exotics, hot rods, customs, and more. That's Meckham.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, it's the Mike Calta Show.
Go get Gallagher. Bring him in the studio. Gallagher's first name is what? Don't look it up. Tell me.
His first name is, I have a good guess. I should know this.
I knew it. It took me a second, but I knew it.
Jerome Gallagher.
Not Jerome.
Damn it.
Jason.
Leo,
that's right.
Leo Gallagher.
Yeah.
For years, and I think I told him this when we had him on the phone, I was told that Gallagher was Eddie Haskell from Leave It to Beaver.
Oh, yeah.
Which, it's just like Marilyn Manson was supposedly the kid from Wonder Years, the big nose. I didn't know who Eddie Haskell was, so I didn't know that I didn't know who Eddie Haskell was, so I didn't know that it couldn't be Gallagher. I didn't know he didn't look like him or anything like that. Eddie Haskell was the kid who always made all the other kids get in trouble and did bad things.
And was always super nice to the mom.
The bad friend, yeah. I don't know what's taking Spanish so long. Actually, I kind of have an idea, but I don't know.
Oh, here he comes.
Just wait here in silence.
Yes.
There you go. There's Carmen. And there is Gallagher. How are you, Gallagher?
Good.
Have a seat, my man. We are live on the air. Gallagher still looks good. You still look exactly the same as you used to. How are you?
I'm good. I don't have as many hairs, but I look good.
Did you ever, though? They were a little darker maybe back in the day. Grab that microphone. Get right up on it if you can there. I did not know that you don't live here now, do you?
No.
But you were from this area. You went to Plant High School?
I'm older than everyone in the area.
No, I take a look around, buddy.
Everything get done. I came here in 52.
And from where? From California?
No, from Ohio.
Ohio, okay. and you live here, and then you went to USF.
That's right. Back in the old days when you didn't have a student number, you had a student number. 14059 was mine.
That was you?
Yeah, that's only 14,000.
Holy cow.
Maybe they started at 10,000.
Yeah,
I was among the first. But when we went out there to class, the wind would blow the sand, because there wasn't the grass in there to hold it down. And it was lonely between the buildings. It would look somewhat like the Middle East. It was all sand.
University of Beirut. It looked exactly the same.
It had about 5 buildings, the 5 major buildings.
I moved here in 1989, and my girlfriend at the time went there, and it had 10 buildings. And now it is unbelievable the size of what it's grown just in that time.
I liked it because it was supposed to be for adult students who were just augmenting their a lot of night courses.
Oh, really?
And so I would take the night course so I could have a full-time job in the daytime.
What kind of work did you do before you were...
I became a chemist. I just took a couple of night courses in chemistry, which is a great thing. You don't have to take, things that you can't get a job with,
Wait a minute, you took a couple of courses and became a chemist?
That's right.
It doesn't seem like that'd be that easy.
It is if you're brilliant. The job was in an ammonium nitrate plant, and so you only had to know ammonia chemistry.
Right.
So that was fairly easy.
Where was that?
In Tampa, Florida, out on 301. Florida Nitrogen was the name of the company, and they got bought by Kaiser. So eventually I was working for Kaiser. I have a major injury to my left hand here that happened in the lab.
What did you do? That's because you only took a couple of courses. You screwed it up.
There you got me.
What did you do?
I put the stopper in the long neck bottle wrong, and it twisted and went through my hand.
Oh, Jesus.
But that was repaired at Tampa General. My mother worked at Tampa General as the admitting nurse, so everybody had to talk to her when they went to the hospital.
No kidding.
Yeah, back in those old days.
Gallagher is here with us. I believe you've been on the show. I mean, I know you have once before, and it was we had a phone connection. It was a horrible phone connection. We started talking about. I told you that for years when your specials came out, I had believed as I was a kid that you were Eddie Haskell from Leave It to Beaver. Did that ever get back to you? Did you know that?
No, but what a wonderful little story.
That was I had never watched Leave It to Beaver. It was before my time, and that was I remember when we watched the special in my grandmother's house. That was the rumor that went. I couldn't confirm or deny because I didn't know who the hell Eddie Haskell was. So I grew up thinking that for a while.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Where does this story go? See, that's your problem. It doesn't go anywhere. You can't just tell about a memory. You could ask people if they have a memory that goes to a dead end. But, I mean, where do we go with this now?
Well, why do we have to go somewhere? Why can't I just tell you something funny that happened in my life? Why are you being a dick right away?
Well, I don't know. But the Eddie,
wait, hold on, back it up. Why are you turning into a dick to me? I didn't do anything to you, and all of a sudden you come in here with an attitude.
I don't have an attitude.
You kind of a little bit.
All right, great.
Okay. All right, Gallagher, it was nice seeing you. Go smash your fruit in the hall.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, see you later. Good. Your tag's still on your hat, Minnie Pearl.
I know.
You didn't leave anything here.
All right.
Yeah, get out, you dumb old dick.
But you know what? You knew that's what.
What happened in the hall?
His manager was just asking and telling us all the details about this, and that took him.
So why did that?
Well, he was very insistent that the other two come with him because it makes for the better show.
Well, clearly Gallagher couldn't put on a. I can't believe that I agreed to have Gallagher on the show and he was just a dick like that.
That was pretty crazy.
And then tried to roll past it like I was not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? You ready for the truth now? So evidently Gallagher is doing this show, and they buy advertising on another radio station, and they sell no tickets. So they come to us at the last minute, and they said, is there any way you would have Gallagher on the show? Because we are desperately trying to sell tickets. And Gallagher's got an interesting story about with his brother and his brother taking over for him and going out on the road. And I said, yeah, I'd be willing to talk to him about that. Had no idea, by the way, that he was coming in at 7:10 in prime time in the morning or 7:30 or whatever. And then he comes in and I'm nothing but nice to him, trying to get some background because he's from Tampa. And then he's going to be a dick. He's Gallagher. have his goddamn sledgehammer. He's going to be a tough guy.
And where is this going to go? Where it's going to go is, did you ever hear that, or were there any other stories that you heard about yourself like that weren't true, that, you thought were odd? Like anything. You could have made anything out of that. You're trying to pull teeth to get him to talk about stuff.
Right.
You knew it wasn't going to go that way, though.
Well, when he walked in.
But he has that reputation of just being a curmudgeon. You know what I mean?
Well, does he really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing.
Yeah.
But I always want to give him the benefit of the doubt, because you see him on stage, he's this happy, friendly guy, but then he comes in here and craps the bed during an interview and is a complete dick about it. Well, eat one of those watermelons, you dick face.
So I don't understand what just happened with Gallagher.
What year is it?
Oh, my God.
Good.
Oh, brother.
He kind of stunk anyway, so I'm glad he's not in here anymore.
I complimented him. I thought he looked good when he came in. He was a guy who is old and has had a heart attack. He's 68 years old, and I thought he looked good.
There was nothing you did or said that would provoke that kind of a,
Now, do you see when we've had uncomfortable moments with celebrities or comedians or guests before, it's very easy for me to roll over it and keep going. But not Gallagher.
That's pretty good.
That was the first time that it's happened while I've been here. We had Judge Judy on the phone, and you hung up on her. That was pretty quick. Or she hung up.
She hung up on me.
Yeah, she got nervous. So that was the first time that I had ever seen you have an issue with a guest. It's totally different when they're actually in studio. So uncomfortable.
I have to tell you, nothing felt better than looking right in his beady little eyes and going, "Get out of here, you dick." Oh, my God. What an idiot. Spit it out. Spit it out.
You told him to smash his fruit.
Yeah, I know.
Why would you do that?
That is your get your shine box. And go smash your fruit in the hallway. Oh my God.
What happened?
Come on, Gallagher.
What just happened?
That was great.
Oh my God. 727-579-1025.
You would think a guy in his older age would loosen up a little bit. I know that there's been
Here's the thing. Let me just throw this in real quick. If I would have said, I met a girl one time and she swears she had sex with you, and turned out she didn't, and he would have went, okay, nice story, But I was like, I brought up something that we were hoping we can relate to, or I don't know. And then he said to me, "That's your problem. You can tell us that." I don't have a problem.
What?
My problem. I've been very successful at my problem.
Guess what your problem is? You can't sell any tickets.
Oh my God.
I want to make sure that they're gone. I want to go out and see if they're.
Go take a look, man. Let's just look. Bart, go ahead, because I'll fight.
Absolutely love.
Just take a look.
You don't kiss these celebrities' asses. I love it.
Well, I mean, first of all, it wasn't a celebrity. It was Gallagher. And second of all, I don't... Yeah, I mean, I'm doing them a favor by putting them on the show. I have an email that says they could not sell any tickets. They're dying for you to have them on the show. Is there any way? And I said, okay, I can make it interesting. Oh, hilarious.
Can I read the email?
You are, Mike.
Thank you, Bart.
I don't think you could have sold his show. Anyway.
Thank you. Yes, you have the email?
Yeah, just a little info for you. Not sure if you want to use it or not. The buyer has a friend that works at Beasley and originally got 100% of the buy. They've been advertising heavy on another radio show and have barely sold any tickets. Please let me know if there's anything you guys can do. So we said, hey, we'll step up and we'll bring him on and try and help out and see if we can push tickets for the guy. He comes in with an attitude. Now he's walking back to his car.
My God. Listen, Christopher Lloyd, who played Doc Brown in Back to the Future.
Yes.
He came in here, not with an attitude, but he came in here real awkward.
Yeah, he's just kind of odd.
Quiet and didn't want to be here. And we ended up having a ball with him. There's a way to turn.
He told us about doing stuff to a girl on a roller coaster.
Finger blast on the girl on Back to the Future.
That's my
on the Back to the Future ride. He was great. It just takes some time to warm up to people sometimes.
That was the first. Are
they all gone?
Yeah, they're gone. That was the third day that I was an intern. You had Christopher Lloyd, and I thought it was awesome. And then it was super weird. And then he told that story, and I was like, "This is the best day ever."
This year alone, this show has had dozens of A-list celebrities on it. Gallagher, who I don't really want to insult. I invited him on as a guest of the show to interview him because I feel like there's some things about his life that would be interesting. And then he's the dick.
That's crazy.
Smash your fruit.
His tag is still on his hat.
Unbelievable.
Jared, you're on the Mike Calta show. Hello.
Hey, Mike, it's Jared Suarez. Hey, I was literally about to tweet you because
Gallagher, he was talking about USF and about being from Tampa, working in some place down, south or whatever in the Tampa Bay area. I was like, oh, this is a cool interview. But seriously, as soon as he said, "What you got a problem or something?" I was done with him. I was literally this weekend. I heard about it. It's the day before my birthday. This weekend that he's supposed to come here. When I was a kid, I used to watch Gallagher smash fruit with my grandmother on the video all the time. I watched him spray mustard on a canvas when I was a little kid.
Do yourself a favor, Jared. Go to Publix. Get a handful of blueberries, throw them on the counter, and smash them. You'll love it. It's the same thing. Thank you, Jared. I was going to give Jared the front row tickets. Oh, God, what did I do? John, is that you?
Mm-hmm. Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, John?
Hey, I'd rather see Eddie Haskell than that.
I'm glad it wasn't me.
That's your problem.
Yeah. It's not your problem, John. You tell stories that go nowhere. Sorry. Oh, what did I do? I'm hitting the wrong button. Sorry, I hung up on two people. Let's go to
Go smash your fruit in the hallway. Even when you write it out on Twitter, it's funny.
I don't even remember saying it. I mean, I remember once you said it. Oh, can I tell you what happened? When Gallagher said that's your problem, I got tunnel vision. Everybody else in this room went like this, and it was just me and him. And I went, I will kill him. I didn't even get mad. Like I didn't even. You know how sometimes I get mad, I get that fire in your chest. I didn't even get that. I was just like,
a weird old man.
I got to tell you, because I was looking at Gallagher as the words "that's your problem" rolled out of his mouth, and I immediately shot over to you and was like, "Oh man!"
I gave it a second because I was waiting for him to go. See, that's your problem. Because when you roll into something, you gotta take shots at me, and then tell me it's my problem, but nothing. No. Catherine, hello, Catherine.
Oh, you have got to play that interview again. That was so funny.
Oh God, I don't even know it. We may. I guess we can make it available on.
It'll be on the website.
Oh my God.
The second that he said that you said, "Where'd you come from?" and he said, "Ohio," like you hadn't done your research or something. Like everybody knows Gallagher's from Ohio,
right? Like I asked Elvis if he was from New York,
right?
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Thank you, Pumpkin. I appreciate it. Mandy, go ahead. You're on the Mike Calta show.
Hey, when Gallagher was very popular, all the specials were being televised constantly. I went and we were at a science fair, like the most brilliant kids in the state. We got stuck in an elevator with him and tried to strike up a conversation with him and got the same treatment.
Oh, that's
a bunch of really cool.
That's your problem, Mandy. Yeah, that's your problem. You try to be nice to a guy that you recognize in an elevator. That's your problem.
He was so mean to all of us, and just being mean to a bunch of kids. That was like, what a jerk, and that was the end of that.
Hilarious. All right, thank you. So what happened? You went out there, and they have Bob Nelson, who is a comedian who's been doing the same act about being the football player and the other thing since I was a kid.
Well, we don't know. Let's not say anything bad about Bob Nelson. He probably is doing that same act. But was very funny when we were kids, but I haven't seen him for a long time.
Right.
Yeah, don't know.
And then Artie Fletcher, who we have an on-again, off-again relationship, never on the fact that we have had him on the show as a guest or anything, but the first time we called him was because we were calling him out on the rumor he got caught going down on somebody at the Improv, and he's friends with Jim Florentine. And then Artie threatened he had a radio show and he swore that he'd be syndicated before we did.
Yeah.
Then he had a heart attack. So I don't want to talk to any of those people except for the guy that we booked on the show. So what happened?
So we go out there and the guy was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Hey," he's like, "I'm the tour manager. I just want you to know it's a really unique tour, and it kicks off from here, and it's the three guys, and you want Gallagher in, or you guys bring the other guys in." I was like, "Yeah, Gallagher's gonna come in. Then if he wants to talk to the other guys, he'll come in." Then Carmen came out and he's still talking about it's a very unique comedy tour, but it kicks off here. And I just want to give you this because it kicks off here, and it's going all across the country.
Oh, do you want to?
I wanted that.
Well, we can.
There's your front row tickets.
Yeah.
Unique. That was unique.
That was very
See,
unique.
That's your problem, Spanish. You want to tell me it's unique, but it's not really unique. It's recycled. It's the same goddamn thing for the last 20 years.
And it was weird because, like I said, I went out there, and I like to think I'm a very cordial, happy person that doesn't just make anybody besides you and Galvin angry at the first sight of me. And I went out there and said, hey, we're just a minute more commercials, and we'll bring Gallagher in, and everything will be good. And literally, they all just stared at me like I had a third eye or something. And I was like, wow, all right.
Well, I saw his face like right before we brought him in, so I took the thing that you just ripped off the poster or whatever, and then his tour manager was like, all right, Gallagher, let's go. And so he stood up and he was just standing there like right in front of Joey's door, and he was just like and then he started walking in. I was like, all right, well, have fun.
Way to turn your happy face on.
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad we could get Gallagher on the first stop of the big Gallagher World Tour, because after this, they're heading to Jacksonville, and then the next stop is Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and that's it. So it's not much of a tour if there's two stops.
By the way, no offense to the venue, but I stopped myself from saying to Gallagher, I'm not even sure where the Pinellas Park Performing Arts Center is. I don't even know it as a venue. Amy, you're on the Mike Calta show. Hello.
Hi, Mike. Hi, guys. Love the show.
Hi, Pumpkin.
I stepped out of the car for a second and ran the store and came back and missed everything. Can you brief on what happened?
I'll do you one better. I'll replay it when we come back from break.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right. David, you're on the Mike Calta show. Hello.
All right, so check this out. I carpool with this guy that I work with, and I just dropped him off at work, and we were listening to the interview. And he's like, yeah, I've been a fan of Gallagher for a while. He's older than me, of course. And he's like, after we heard the interview, he turned to me and was like, yeah, I'm getting rid of my tickets now. I'm trying to give them away.
No, I listen. If you got tickets, go to the show. I don't care. I think it's, thank you for the call, sir. I think it's great. By the way, that went better than any interview could have done. I mean, you can't. We never say bring that guy in and then we'll fight with him. Right. But if it happens, it's way better than anything else. Chelsea, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, Mike. Good morning, y'all. Yeah, I was kind of surprised that he was such a douche knob.
Oh, easy, potty mouth lady. My God. I did hear him on Opie and Anthony once, and he was good.
See, I've always heard bad things about him, and I thought, hey, give him the benefit of the doubt. It's been a few years since you've heard the name Gallagher. The last time he was in the news was because his heart was exploding in his chest.
Right, you think you'd be a little more grateful.
Yeah,
right?
you have a you have a.
You see, Rob, that's your problem.
Yeah.
What? That I bring up things that don't matter? Yeah.
You tell stories that go nowhere, like your career, Gallagher. Ebby.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, I don't agree with what you guys did.
Okay. What don't you agree with?
I think it was kind of because it's Gallagher is great. First of all, it's like, I don't even know. I mean, I'm here on vacation with my family.
Yeah.
And you guys, I don't even know who you are.
I don't know who you are.
Well, it doesn't matter who I am. I'm not a show.
Clearly, it doesn't matter who you are.
Gallagher is. But if you were to like go down the street right now in Tampa, I bet they wouldn't know what you look like because you're on the radio.
I don't know. While you're driving around town, sir, take a look. I'm the handsome guy on the 60 billboards.
Abby, what do you think that Mike did? And I don't know who you know who he is. Mike is the host. What do you think Mike did to Gallagher to make Gallagher act like that?
Well, when you called him Eddie Haskell, that's like...
I didn't call him Eddie Haskell.
No.
I told him that when I was a kid, the rumor was that he was Eddie Haskell from the Leave It to Beaver show, and he went on to become Gallagher and do comedy. What was wrong with that?
I think that you're pretending like he's not famous like he is.
No, not at all. In fact, I would have treated the gentleman who played Eddie Haskell with the same amount of respect I gave Gallagher.
You would have said, I thought you were Gallagher?
I didn't say, excuse me.
Eddie Haskell.
I didn't say I thought you were Eddie Haskell. When I was a kid, that was the rumor, that the same way that there was a rumor about Marilyn Manson being the kid from the Wonder Years. It was just a story, a rumor that went around when I was a child. I don't think it was an insult. I didn't say, hey, I heard you were that guy who banged the goat. Why am I talking to you? Shut up, stupid. I can't believe I'm sitting there explaining myself to some moron that doesn't even live here. Frank, go ahead.
All right. I got a great idea for turning lemons into lemonade, even though, I mean, the comedy is already doing that.
Literally.
You said you've got front row tickets, right?
Yeah.
What if you had a contest, whoever could tweet out the best Go Smash Your Fruit in the Hallway sign to hold up at the show, could win the front row ticket.
Here's the thing, because nobody wants to go. You want them, you can have them. I'll give them to you, sir. You want them, you can. You want to go see the show, you can have them.
Sure.
Okay, hold on. Give them to that guy. That's it.
Could have gave him to Abby. He's a big fan.
Oh my God,
Gallagher's great.
The phone lines are completely full, and everyone wants to talk about Gallagher. But now I'm late. I have to take a break.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. Fireworks and beer. Fireworks and beer. Enjoy those two separately. Have a safe and fun 4th of July from 102.5 The Bone.
Let's do a 4th of July with Galaxy Fireworks on the corner of MLK and Florida Avenue. The number for fireworks is 234-BANG. Go to GalaxyFireworks.com to find a location near you. Shop early to avoid the crowds. Galaxy Fireworks, out of this world.
This message is for all the smart homeowners out there. It's time to actually make your home smart. John Senning here for Hawkins Service Co. This summer, get 20% off smart home devices that are installed from Hawkins Service Co. Think thermostats, lighting systems, and much more. Hawkins installs it, sets it up, and you sit back and enjoy your new smart home. This offer ends July 31st. Call now at 813-445-8209 or always online at HawkinsServiceCO.com. Hawkins, one call, handles it all.
Sitting in traffic because of an auto accident is frustrating. We should remember, though, that the person in that accident ahead, their life has changed forever. And we may be thankful it isn't us. But if it ever is, call 1-800-BURNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
Our huge 4th of July celebration is on at every Crown Automotive dealership with star-spangled savings on the new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV you need. We're loaded with inventory, but these very special Independence Day offers are good through July 4th only. That means you only have today to save like never before. Hurry to our huge 4th of July sale and let freedom at the Crown Automotive dealership of your choice. The better way to buy and service.
Don't put away the fireworks just yet. There's another national holiday, July 6th, National Fried Chicken Day, and McDonald's is celebrating with delicious $1 chicken deals all day in the app. Offer valid one time, only in the app. Reward members only.
Stingray Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Steve Hurley, owner of Stingray Chevrolet. Well, we have completely eliminated the dealer fee. This will automatically save you up to $1,500. So do yourself a favor. Ask the dealer, what is your dealer fee? You have a choice, because at Stingray on I-4 in Plant City, there is no dealer fee. So when we say relax and enjoy the difference, that difference can save you a lot. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Stingray Chevrolet. Relax, enjoy the difference. O'Reilly.
Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free in or out of your vehicle. We can help you find the best battery for your vehicle and budget. O'Reilly Auto Parts has batteries starting at just $89.99. Get your battery tested for free today at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Neutral presents the Bone Summer Beach Bash, an entire weekend of everything Bone. July 18th through the 20th at the beautiful Sky Beach Resort in St. Petersburg. The Mike Calta Show, JP, Senning Show, and Drew Garabo Live will be there all weekend to hang out with our Bone fam. For all the fun and details, head to theboneonline.com.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show.
I don't want to pussyfoot around it. Let's get right into it, Calvin.
Sure.
I finished Nomadland last night.
Okay.
Let me speak without yelling at me first.
Award-winning.
You should preface.
I watched Academy Award winner for Best Film, Nomadland, last night. And while I didn't hate the movie, and I didn't particularly love the movie, I do not believe it was an Academy Award winner. I do think Frances McDormand is an excellent actress.
Yeah, nobody's saying that. Like, she's clearly a great actress. We've seen her in a ton of things where she's great. And there, I mean, she, just a camera following her around. It's just a boring, nothing movie. There's nothing to it. There's no way that should win awards.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know the criteria, really, for which they judge.
And that's the thing, is all these award things, the Grammys and the Oscars and stuff, it's always, 9 times out of 10 it's garbage. Every once in a while there's something that's undeniable that they go, we gotta do this because
social reasons or something. Exactly. But I don't know the necessary criteria, but I watched that movie last night and I think that I understood why it was so boring and why it was one meandering movie, because that's her life for the rest of her life, and that's what she chose. And
right, that shouldn't be a movie. That shouldn't be a movie.
That's what movies are about. They're trying to evoke feelings, and although I didn't particularly enjoy that, I got it and I understood it. And the thing was that part of me was like, I did like, I know you hated it, but I did like the fact that they seemed like they used real people and not actors, because it made you realize that the weird group of people are out there. And if they would have gotten a couple of more pretty people in there, it wouldn't have been so real. So having them...
I don't need pretty people. It was just, it's a terrible movie. You're saying things like that I'm arguing that, they should have pretty actresses at the
No, I'm not arguing with you.
Or that I don't understand.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just making observations about what I watched in the movie.
In the terrible movie.
Yeah, I didn't think it was terrible. I just didn't think it was... if I watched it, I probably would have at the end. I would have went, okay. I mean, like kids in the dirty kids in the parking lot, the Florida Project. When that was over, I was like, that movie was great. And this time, I was like, I don't think
it's a waste of time.
I didn't watch a lot of movies last year that came out last year, so I don't know that I would say that was the best movie by any means. I don't know what else there was, though. I don't think I saw any of the other movies that were nominated, so I can't really say. So I don't know. It was, but it is just. It's like watching somebody's sad life, and it's not. And she has mental problems and. You get through the whole thing. It did give you a lot of lessons, like not lessons like for me to learn, but like they were telling you things in the movie, like the one woman who says that the guy that explains why it's better to be on the road, and the one woman who ends up dying, and
spoiler.
Nobody's
gonna watch it.
No. I did see the difference though, Galvin, and I think you'll agree with this. So the whole point of them using, I guess, was it real people? Do we know that for sure, or just crappy actors?
I don't know.
So it seemed like they used real people in the movie, and the one guy that plays like her male friend, he's a famous actor. And it was hard for me to differentiate between him and the other people. I mean, not hard for me to differentiate. It was very obvious the difference between the two of them, because he's an actor.
Because he's a great actor.
But he's also very familiar to you.
Right.
And if you tell me that old lady that she pals around with through the whole movie as an actor, I'd be very surprised.
Well, according to the internet, they hired some of the real people Bruder had interviewed during her reporting journey, including Mae Swanky and Van Dwelling guru Bob Wells.
Oh, so Bob Wells is real?
Says, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it's a true story or based on a true story?
No, I don't think so, but it's evidently there is this group of nomadic people.
It's based on a boring story is what I think.
There is a group of people that they just are like want to see everything, and they want to be free, and they want to go out and all that. And you have to think though, Galvin, in your life, like if you're going to die in 10 years, what do you want to do between now and 60 years old?
Never watch Nomadland. It's the most obvious.
Because you know what your hell's going to be like.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like that's the thing. Do you want to what do you want to do? What do you want to see? And that was the whole point. And that woman explaining that she saw everything.
Trying too hard.
I'm not trying at all.
It's a
because you disagree with me,
terrible
I'm
movie.
trying.
No, but it's
you have we're different opinion on something. Why does it always make you right and me wrong?
No, but I feel like you're trying to read into it too much.
I'm not trying to read it. I was able to watch it and understand something from it.
Okay.
You're just sitting here yelling at it because it's boring and I hate it, and because you didn't get anything out of it, which
Mike,
doesn't make it right or
do you really
wrong.
think you'd be talking about this movie if I didn't say how terrible it was?
Yeah, it was an Academy Award-winning movie, Calvin. I'm positive that I would.
If you watched it,
I probably wouldn't be talking to you about it.
It's terrible.
No, I don't. But we clearly we don't have the same opinion on movies. We've been talking about for 5 years about the Florida Project. We don't have the same opinion. And you're just too ignorant to handle the fact that somebody has a different opinion than you.
I'm not at all.
That's absolute ignorance. When you think you're right and everybody else is wrong, that's ignorance. It's a textbook definition of what ignorance is. It's when you think you're right and everybody else's opinion is wrong.
No, not at all. You're sitting there trying to tell me what
because you don't understand. I'm trying to explain.
That's exactly what I said to you.
I'm trying to explain to you what you're not seeing.
That's exactly what I said to you. Is you're trying to teach me this stuff.
I'm not trying to teach you. I'm trying to tell you why I didn't think it was this
bad movie to me. You can love it. You can love it.
But then you just hit me with a guy. You trying too hard. I'm not trying at all. I'm trying to explain to you that there were things that some people took away from that movie that you didn't get or you didn't like. That doesn't make it a bad movie.
You didn't like it. You didn't take away that stuff.
I just started out by saying I liked it. I thought it was boring.
Okay.
I didn't think it was... I gotta tell you, you're being a complete dick.
You're
not,
being a
Mike.
Complete dick. You have
First
something
of all,
going on.
you're screaming at me.
What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me?
I'm trying to compete at a level with you because you're screaming at me.
All right, let's both take it down.
Okay.
What I'm
telling you is that I disagree with your opinion. I don't think it was a terrible movie. I said I thought it was an okay movie. I didn't think it was an Academy Award winner. And I did. You're like, it was nothing. They showed nothing and it was boring. And I'm saying, well, I didn't see that. I saw it was a movie that was teaching about these group of people and the people who have no purpose and trying to find something. I did see that. I'm not like, and it touched my soul. I'm just explaining to you what I got out of it. And you're crapping all over it and you're giving me the guy. You're just making this stuff up now to look cool. And I'm not. I'm trying to tell you what I got out of it.
Okay, can I say my thing now? No, do you not want me to? I won't.
Well, the word I said was yeah.
Oh, I heard nah. If you said that and I go, yeah, I agree, would that be interesting?
No, but it's an entirely different situation. It's the same thing as me getting on the air today and say, boy, you were wrong. That movie was the best thing ever and you don't know anything about movies and blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing that. I'm giving you my opinion and you're immediately crapping on it like I'm making stuff up.
But I feel like you're still leaning that way because I said it was so bad. Because I said it was so bad, you're like, it wasn't bad. It was, it was okay. It was a little boring and stuff. I think if you would have came in, if I never watched that movie and you said, how did that win Best Picture? That's a terrible movie. Like, if I never saw it, I feel like that's your opinion. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and I get that other people like movies that I don't like. I completely understand that. And I'm sure that there's some people that's their favorite movie, and it saved their life. Like, I get that. What I'm saying is, and I'm very opinionated, and I do that, that's what I do, is I thought it was terrible. If you like it, that's fine. It doesn't matter, but I'm arguing the point. That's what I do. I'm arguing it.
I feel like 90% of the movies that have won the Best Picture are terrible movies over our lifetime.
You and I agree on that.
Yes. So what I'm saying, and the first thing I said is that I didn't think it should have won. And then second of all, I totally disagree with you because yesterday on the show, I told you that I watched Stowaway, and in the middle of the goddamn movie, I got up and shut it off, and I said, this is the most boring movie I've ever seen. That is a movie that actually got me to stand up, turn it off, and walk away from it because that was an awful movie. And I did not feel that way about Nomadland. At the end, I kind of wanted to feel like there was an ending to it, like there was something to it, but her driving away was the whole point of the movie. I didn't walk away from it feeling like you did. I can't believe out of all the goddamn things we fought about on the show, this is the biggest fight that we've ever been in. Stupid Nomadland.
Have you guys seen Mortal Kombat?
It's fantastic. I'm telling you.
Have you seen Mortal Kombat with what's his name doing the voiceover?
Who? Crime Faces?
No, Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh my God.
No.
Prepare for battle.
I don't think that I could sit through Mortal Kombat either. But hold on. Then if I'm start watching it before you know it might be over, and I was like, oh, all right. Because when I did watch that guy freeze the other guy's arms and pull him off, I was like,
that is just the tip of the iceberg of the
Sub-Zero
of the gruesomeness of this movie.
I did see at one point a guy was holding another guy's heart.
Dude,
it's just like the movie.
It's fantastic. And like I said, that's not even the good. There's one scene in particular where I literally in the middle of watching, I just went, wow, I can't believe they did that.
On a scale of 1 to 4 or 5 stars, what do they give stars for movies? 5 stars.
I think so, yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 5 stars, Mike.
5, 1 to 5?
Nomadland.
2.
Yeah, that's a bad movie.
Yeah.
That's a bad movie.
I would have given Stowaway 0.5.
Okay.
Hey, Calvin, we have a new future, and do you realize how popular we'd be if we were on if we were the new Siskel and Ebert?
Oh my God, yeah.
Only to make things better, within 3 inches of us, we just leave weapons, and when it gets to a final point, we just stab the other guy.
I got to be honest with you. I would grab the weapon and shoot myself if you had to make me watch Nomadland again.
Oh man!
A better movie, Nomadland.
The other one. Whatever you're gonna say, the other one.
I was gonna say my favorite movie of the year, WDED.
Oh yeah,
I liked it better.
Yeah.
I was in it.
There was an end.
Yeah.
WDED.
Well, that's debatable, but still.
Well,
I will.
Yeah,
also
is that
give
the
you
problem? Did we watch the wet version of Nomadland?
I will give you, Matt. Oh, you know, it'd be great. See, this is why I wish I had Photoshop skills. If you took Nomadland and then put zombies in there, you wouldn't even have to change anything. You just make it die.
Yeah.
And she was unaware of it the whole time that there were zombies.
There was the one part where she up and ran into they were searching through, looking at rocks and stuff, and she got up and ran into the thing, like the maze of rocks.
The Rock is in the movie?
No, I thought she was going to take a big dump, because she has one scene in the movie where she just gets up and dumps in a bucket, and I was like, oh, buddy. Yeah, I would give Nomadland a 2. I would give Stowaway a 0.5.
Yeah.
Man, that's a shame. I wanted to watch that Stowaway movie. It looked good in the trailer.
Yeah, the trailer did. It's deceiving.
Yeah. By the way, just so you know, nobody calling to defend that. No, not one person calling to say, no, it was a good movie.
You saying they're still in a coma from yesterday?
Oh.
Anyway, well, I feel like we did morning calisthenics this morning. We don't yell this loud.
That's good.
My wife's probably going to come running here in a minute and go, what's going on?
That's
nice. For those of you who can't see it, the studio is painted. We've got that little thing built over there.
Yeah.
What is that called?
That thing.
There's there's the control panels over there, so they're building like a little door thing over it, like little barn doors.
I could build that.
No way.
So I walked in here and I stared at that yesterday, and I was like, so explain to me why they have to use 2 boards on the outside
for the
door, enough space to have the door, right?
I have no idea. I looked at it and I was like, I can hang the first frame, and I'd be like, voila. And then I noticed that there's double the frame in there, and I'm like, I don't know why they would do that.
You always got to go double frame.
You got to double frame for sturdiness.
There's no need. Nobody's going to be swinging off that thing.
Well, you never know. Things happen in the studio. All of a sudden, you're swinging from a door frame, rips the circuit breaker out.
Joe, point the camera at it so we can see what the hell.
This is a double frame type of setup here.
Yeah, it's a double frame situation.
I mean,
get your broomstick, Joe.
Anybody? Don't you make fun of my broomstick, bro.
Joe has the camera on a stick pod, like a tripod kind of thing, and he's got him carried around by hand.
Yeah.
Can you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So you're talking about the second board under the top. I would say that's to brace it so it's more sturdy.
Yeah, it's on the sides like that too. It's double boarded on the sides.
Double frames.
So I don't know why, but whatever. It looks sturdy.
On that.
Looks great.
Oh, it's going to be all nice.
That's where our pull-up bar is going to go.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. Summer is here, and it's time to take that weekend getaway to Vegas, or maybe book that Alaskan cruise. But maybe inflation has kicked you right in the wallet. Well, leave it to Mike Calta to cancel his new order of 14 refrigerators just to give you the Mike Calta Summer Vacay Payday. Listen for the keyword every Tuesday and Thursday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Get it and enter it in the free 1025 The Bone app, and you could win $1,000. That's $1,000 that you can use towards a beach vacation, or to buy your own refrigerator, or to just buy a bunch of beer, stay home, and drink them. You know, like a staycation. It's the Mike Calta Summer Vacay Payday. Presented to you by Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com. 1025 The Bone. Real, raw radio.
Galaxy Fireworks Superstore announces their annual 4th of July sale. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get two free. Buy one, get three free on select items. Every time you buy, you get something free. The number for fireworks is 234 BANG. Galaxy Fireworks will match or beat any competitor's catalogs on the corner of Martin Luther King Boulevard and Florida Avenue. Go to GalaxyFireworks.com to find a location near you. Shop early to avoid the crowds. Galaxy Fireworks, out of this world.
You know, for years, I've been telling you about my friends at Super Heat and Air. I use them for everything. I have them come out and do a clean and tune before the big season changes, and I've used them to replace units before, and now they just got a whole lot better. Super Heat and Air is now adding expert plumbing. That's right, Super Heat and Air, my personal choice for HVAC excellence for many years, is now in partnership with ABC Plumbing, Heat and Air, and they offer trusted, full-service plumbing solutions with the same high standards as Super Heat and Air. So now you get all the services all in one company. Every technician that comes out is drug screened, background checked, and fully vetted, and they only hire the most trustworthy professionals. Those are the people they're sending to your homes, and they have the same 24-hour day, 7-day service, because plumbing problems don't wait either, and they deliver 5-star service because nothing less is acceptable. I'm so happy to announce that Super Heat and Air is now Super Heat and Air and Plumbing. Check them out online at superheatandair.com. That's superheatandair.com for all your HVAC and plumbing needs. Tell them Mike Calta sent you.
We hear it every day.
I'm a safe driver.
Then in an instant, it happens. A car crash. And you remember, for over 25 years, 1-800-ASK-GARY has helped over 350,000 people find the legal and medical help they need to get the settlement they deserve. You remember 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Hey, what's up? It's Gio. You know, if you have ever typed, what should I do with my 401k into a search bar, I'm going to stop you right there. These online web searches, they have no idea what your goals are, how much you saved, or anything about your situation whatsoever. But Trajan Wealth, they do. Their fiduciary advisors take the time to understand you and then help build a financial strategy that actually fits your life. Retirement, income planning, investments. They're going to walk you through the entire process and remove all the guesswork. No commissions, no hidden fees, no hidden agendas, no pop-up sales pitch, just honest help from experts who are acting in your best interest. Call 813-550-1000 or visit TrajanWealth.com and set up a free consultation. Get your answers from somebody who actually knows about you. 813-550-1000 or TrajanWealth.com. TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
Don't put away the fireworks just yet. There's another national holiday, July 6th, National Fried Chicken Day, and McDonald's is celebrating with delicious $1 chicken deals all day in the app. Offer valid one time, only in the app. Reward members only.
At Brandon Honda, get 0 down, 0 security deposit, 0 first payment, 0 do-it signing. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Get a brand new Pilot for just $399 per month. New Passports just $329 per month, or get a new HRV for an incredible $149 per month. Plus, get a real nationwide lifetime warranty, unlimited time, unlimited miles. Visit BrandonHonda.com to get your best price and payments right online. Get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-279-1222 for more information.
Celebrate red, white, and big savings now through Monday at Crown Hyundai. Get financing as low as 0%, buy with 0 down, or make no payments for a year on over 700 new tariff-free Hyundais. Drive a new 2025 Hyundai Tucson SE for only $259 a month. All are backed by Owner Assurance, America's best warranty, including a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Crown Hyundai, the better way to buy and service. Visit CrownHyundai.com. With approved credit, 36 month lease, 10K miles a year, $39.99. Do it signing plus dealer fee and electronic filing fee.
Download the free Bone app to listen to us anywhere. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate.
Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com.
We now return to the Mike Calta Show on 102.5 The Bone.
So what happened then? Okay, so who was the one who told your guy that you're done with him? Isn't that how we started this?
Oh, we're back on that?
Well, that's what this started as.
Yeah. Okay, so we're sitting there and and everyone's gone at this point. So it's like me, Dennis, Monica, and a couple other like stragglers just hanging out, seeing what we're going to do. And I started telling Monica the story about Dave and how it's
No sex Dave,
and how it's not really going that well, and how I've been wanting to tell him. I just didn't know how. So she just
I don't understand how you wouldn't let us do that for you.
Well, because
we live to crush people's dreams.
I know, but I don't want to do that. And that's why it was hard, because it was
Hey
like,
Dave, you're a little too slow with the sex. Out.
Yeah.
That's it.
well,
Banned.
well, he kept trying to hang out, so I was like, okay, maybe I'll hang out and I'll tell him in person and be nice.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have banned him.
Human person about that. And then I was like, okay, no, maybe I'll do it on the phone. And I was like, oh, no, I don't want to do that either. So then Monica grabs my phone and just texts him, hey, bro, it's not working anymore. Bye.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's your words, too.
Yeah, basically, she said it. I was like,
Seemed like it would come right from you.
And was there a text response back?
yes, there was. Here, I'm going to pull it up so I can just read it to you guys.
Oh, this guy's going right out the
Humiliate
sky.
Dave.
Yeah. No, it's super short.
Was the word wow involved?
No. Okay, so this is what Monica texted him on Wednesday at 5:00 p.m. So he's just getting off of work, getting ready to go home, about to call me.
Wants to say hi to his girl he's been thinking about the whole day.
Does he call you every day at the same time?
Hey, baby.
Maybe.
Oh, boy.
So Monica texted him. He's like, "Hey, bro, it ain't working. It was fun while it lasted."
Oh.
And then he texted, "Really? Just like that? What happened?"
What didn't happen?
I mean,
Did you answer right back, no ween.
yeah, I answered. I just said, this has been coming for a while. I don't know what else to say. I'm just like,
oh my God. And that's it? You just let it hang?
no. So then he was like, he called me a couple times and I didn't answer.
Oh, this right.
And so then he's like, can you
What
leave?
an idea.
Yeah, he's like, can you
I was waiting. I didn't even try.
He
I
was
was
being a gentleman.
respectful.
Yeah.
They always say you're a whore, and I didn't want to be. I was like, finally, I could be the white boyfriend you always dreamed of.
Listen, I'm fine. If I'm a whore, then that's okay. But I still need some in my life. So.
I know. But what I'm saying is the guy was trying to be respectful of your privates.
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
No. Don't worry.
Because you guys went out more than 3 times, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's usually the rule,
and
right?
he didn't make a move, right?
No.
Yeah.
So
it had been
weird.
It had been 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And he didn't make a move. It was just kissing.
This is a total opposite of every other interaction I've ever had with girls, where it's the girls who don't put out, not the guy who doesn't put out.
Didn't even try.
And
Yeah, because all the guys Rob goes out with put out.
And my thing is, he's told me he was a little intimidated by me, which is fine. But
Why?
I'm still a girl, so I'm not going to make the first move. That's
What's
still
he
a guy's
intimidated by?
responsibility. Listen,
What are you guys going to play Jeopardy together?
I'm young. I have a good future ahead of me. I have a good career right now.
what?
I work hard.
Right.
So I can see how guys would be intimidated by me. So suck it, all you guys.
I don't see that at all.
A lot of misplaced anger.
If I get a girl and she's got a promising future, that doesn't intimidate me. That makes me happy. I want to bang you even more. I want to lock it in. Come on, let's do this, future lawyer.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. So but that's just what he said. So I'm just
That
going
used to
by
be my
that.
pickup line. You want me to ruin your future?
No, stay away.
Why do you think he never made a move, Carmen? Seriously?
I think because of that.
Just because he was scared?
I think he was intimidated. It's, well, because like whenever we went out, someone would come up to me and be like, oh my God, Carmen, I love this show. It's awesome. Blah, blah. You know what I mean?
So popular.
Well, the show is. Listen, like we said yesterday, you make a lot of money because this show is very popular.
Hi, Dave. I just want to let you know, we're going to go out. People come up to me a lot.
No.
You got to prepare them for it.
I did. I said, hey, is this like...
Sometimes we'll be sitting down trying to have some pizza together, and people just come over and be like, oh my God, you're Carmen.
God, the 3 months that I was single and that would happen and I'd be out with a girl, that was the best. I looked for that. I looked around for a guy that I was like, he might listen to the show. Maybe if I laugh
Make
really
eye
loud
contact.
here.
For the guy, it's good, but for a girl, all a guy sees is like more competition. Oh, now this, now that, now him, now her. Oh, she really is a whore. You know what I mean?
But he's there with you. To me.
Yeah, for an unconfident guy.
Yeah.
For a confident guy, he goes, yep, that's who I'm with.
Yeah, well, maybe he's,
Maybe?
No confidence, Dave.
Maybe.
No
I don't know.
No D, Dave.
I feel bad because now I feel like all his friends are texting him right now, and I know that. It's
Yeah, but you don't think they would text him 3 weeks ago going, hey, they're on the air clowning you for not trying to have sex with her?
Well, I know. And,
She's ready to give
but
it
he
up.
laughed it off, and he was like, okay. And, we had a couple conversations about it, but it never went anywhere.
You think he's a virgin?
No.
You think he's a homosexual?
If he was a virgin, I wish he would have told me.
Oh, then you would have loved it?
I would have jumped all over
Oh, really?
Jeez. Hey, since you guys aren't together anymore, can we call him on the air and find out why he didn't want to sleep with you?
Yeah, come on,
It's like
Carmen.
they had to ruin your relationship. Your relationship is over.
It's not a relationship, but no.
Dave. Oh, I got an idea.
If you-
What's
if he
stopping Dave from calling in and telling his side of the
That's
story?
what I'm saying. If
Yeah.
Dave wants to call in, he's more than welcome to,
All
but
right.
I'm not calling him.
If you guys know Dave, please let him know
Don't
that
do
this is
it.
an opportunity for him to call in and defend himself because
didn't say
Carmen's making
anything-
him look like a wuss
No,
right
I'm
now.
not. I didn't say
Oh,
anything
come on.
bad about him.
He was intimidated by you.
Yeah.
He wasn't cool enough for you. He was.
Never what I said.
Oh, yeah. You were
I
like,
loved it. I had so much fun hanging out with him. We always had a good time. But
you
at
got
the
to ruin
end,
it with your popularity.
But at the end of the day, I'm still the girl, and I'm not going to make the first move.
So he was being polite. So Dave, look, I'm on your side, buddy. 727
Screw you.
579. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt.
No,
you should have told that to Dave.
Maybe you had an odor.
Nope, he never got that close.
No, but maybe it was the taco pits that he smelled, and he was like, "I'm going to wait for this to clear up."
My taco pits are delicious.
Okay, well let's just hear his
What?
side of the story. What if he called up and he was like, "Hey, I'm going to be honest with you. We were making out one day, and I thought I went down to kiss her neck, and I smelled something horrendous, and I realized it was her armpits. And I hear you guys make jokes about it, so I thought I'll wait till the next time. She might have worked out today or something." Then all he could think about is if your armpits smell that bad, what does your
Well, then why didn't he break it off?
Because he was hoping that one day you'd take a shower. And
I do take a shower.
I'm just saying, in his head, he was like, maybe I'm just getting her at the wrong time. Let's find out what Dave has to say. 579-1025 or 1-800-771-1025.
He's
Can we call
working.
him?
No, he's working.
So why can't we try to call him?
No. 'Cause
Why?
No.
He works from 6 a.m. to 5. What does he do?
He works at 7 because he has a normal job.
What kind of job?
He's in a management program at a business.
At business.
I said at a business.
Can we send him a letter? Send it to 123 Business Street.
I'm not going to tell you where he works. That's not any of my business to do.
Can you guys give this to manager trainee Dave at business, please?
Give me the type of business.
It's like sales.
So he's a manager trainee at sales. So he's got time right now.
Yeah.
He's not selling anything at 6:56.
No, they're very busy right now.
What better way to sell your product than advertise it for free on the radio when you call in and we give you a plug?
It's a really good. It's an American company, so they're always very busy.
What? I don't understand.
We're in America.
Are you looking for a new future? Would you like to work for an American company? Come to business. Be a manager trainee and do sales.
Can I work for your company?
You absolutely cannot. This is an American company. Only guys with names like Dave and Chuck and Bob.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm a manager trainee here at business.
Poor Dave.
I hate you guys so much.
I really didn't know what my career would be. Then I went to an American business and started working as a manager trainee. Where can you find me? At business.
What about me? Do you have room for me at business?
No room for you. Americans only.
Sorry. Carmen, where's Call Dave when we come back from break?
It's an American business. 123 Business Street. Just like Dave, you could be a manager trainee at business. Business!
Let me tell you something, brothers. This is Hulk Hogan here for American business. Nothing says the red, white, and blue like business does. If you love your country and you eat your vitamins, you'll come down here and work for business. You know why? Because it's American, just like the Hulkster.
That's a pretty good Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that was really good.
I watch a lot of tapes today.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. Entertainment and information when you need it. That is Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone. Elysian Space Dust IPA presents St. Pete Grunge Fest, a free show Friday, August 8th at Janice Live. And you guessed it, it's all grunge all night with some of Florida's best tribute bands, including Nirvana, a tribute to Nirvana. In a Nutshell, a tribute to Alice in Chains. And Still Alive, a tribute to Pearl Jam. It's a free show, but you need a ticket. Ask your bartender for an Elysian Space Dust IPA and free tickets at Eddie's Bay Pines, Knockin' Boots, Bourbon on Main, Brulin's, and Ferg's. The show is 21 and up. New bands with the classic grunge you love. St. Pete Grunge Fest, August 8th at Janice Live. Presented by Elysian Space Dust IPA and 102.5 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone, where the Lightning play. We are the official broadcast home of your Tampa Bay Lightning. It's the Mike Calta Show. Featured cut of the day. Sponsored by Stingray Chevrolet, Tampa Bay's big store on I-4 exit 22, Plant City. The Mike Calta Show. Download the free Bone app. 102.5 The Bone. 102.5 The Bone and Neutral are sending you to see one of the biggest bands of this or any generation. Oasis. Live in California. Oasis. Head to theboneonline.com now for the locations of QR code posters near you. Scan the QR code on the poster and you can score a flyaway to see Cage the Elephant open for Oasis in California, including airfare and tickets. And that's not all. You also get a pair of front row tickets to see Cage the Elephant at the Baycare Sound Clearwater on September 17th. Don't wait. Visit theboneonline.com now to find the location nearest you to register. From 102.5 The Bone and Neutral, keep it tasty. NASCAR lives right here on 102.5 The Bone. Sponsored by Jerry Ohm.
This week, the NASCAR Cup Series in-season challenge revs up on the shores of Lake Michigan in downtown Chicago. It's the Grant Park 165.
Race Day Sundays, where NASCAR lives in Tampa Bay, right here on 102.5 The Bone. Sponsored by Jerry Ohm Jeep Ram, #1 in the country. Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
And now, it's the Mike Calta Show.
828 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. 800-771-1025 are the phone numbers. If you'd like to be a part of the show, feel free to use them. I want to remind everybody this Friday, our band Pimple Toddler will be live on stage at the Siesta Key Beach Club, where we'll be rocking and melting faces for the 4th of July. Yeah, my wife is on it already.
What's going on?
I just got a notification at the front door. Sherry up and ordered groceries. She's good. That woman good. She good. Galvin.
Yes.
Don't forget Friday we're at Siesta Key Beach Club.
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
Okay.
I'll be there.
The Museum of Broadcast Communications has announced the 2025 class of Radio Hall of Fame inductees.
Oh, thank you.
Honoring 11 influential individuals whose contributions have shaped the radio industry across genres and generations.
Okay.
I will name these people. Will you know most of them?
No.
But they shaped and helped contribute to the industry. This year's class includes prominent on-air personalities, programming pioneers, and executives.
Okay.
Up first, Tom Mojo Garballo.
BN.
Second, you may know Alice Cooper. Oh, yeah.
Just played his music.
Okay.
But he's been doing radio for a long time.
Right,
But
yeah.
had he not been Alice Cooper, nobody pays attention to him.
100%.
In radio.
Yes.
Colin Cowherd.
Yes, I know him.
Yes. Sports guy, started here in the Tampa Bay area on television, moved to radio, became very popular.
May have been the only sports guy who's never said anything good about the Steelers.
Dee Dee McGuire?
I don't.
But you feel like you know her, right?
Yeah,
I
but
feel the same way.
I'm thinking of the McGuire sisters.
Oh. Mike McVeigh, who I actually personally know.
Yeah, he's always
been around radio for 100 years. Martha Quinn.
Yes.
From MTV.
Right.
Bob Lacey. And Sherry Lynch. The Bob and Sherry Show.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
Say it that
but
way.
I don't, yeah.
Scott Simon.
Not familiar.
Shelley, the Playboy Stewart.
Oh. No.
I'm Shelley, the Playboy. What do you call it? You'd be like, what's up, baby? This is the Playboy. I don't know. And Premier Networks president Julie Talbot. All are in the Radio Hall of Fame.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someday we'll get there.
Who cares?
Who?
I don't know. Ann Kelly will be there. I'll go to Ann Kelly's induction when she's in. I mean, imagine if you were in the Hall of Fame. That's pretty good. You'd be last forever, you know? I mean, you'll forever be in the Hall of Fame. But also, who cares?
It'd be all right. It'd be pretty cool.
But
you're recognized
To
by your
whom?
peers.
You're not the Baseball Hall of Fame.
that's the thing. Like
You're
the
not-
radio, the only people that care about the Radio Hall of
Are
Fame.
other radio nerds.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, I mean, the fact that you spent your life in an industry and now you're being recognized by that
Yeah.
industry is something. You know, it's not nothing.
Yeah, if you spend all your life in the industry and nobody cares.
That's the best way to put it. I agree with that 100%. It's not nothing. It's something.
But
It's not nothing.
also, if you told me you just got an email and the Mike Calta show is going in the Radio Hall of Fame,
Yes, there would be. I'd be like, oh, that's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But also, if you said next year there is a radio show list and it's we're not on it, I'd go, well, okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really, up until I was really nominated for one, I don't even know what a Marconi Award is or what it does. I know everybody in the executives get very excited about it, and I got nominated, and everybody's like, oh, and I was like, oh, okay. I felt very prestigious for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Then I got nominated again, and I was like, wow, okay, this is great. A two-time nominee, but two-time loser is what it is.
Yeah,
I
that's-
lost twice.
It's better to be not nominated at all.
Yeah.
Than to be
It'd
nominated
be a two-time
twice
loser.
and lose.
Yeah.
Especially when somebody in the building has one.
Right. It took it right from me.
That's even worse.
She deserves it.
Yeah.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, what's up, Mike Calta? It's Madison, man.
You are on the restricted list. We are mad at you because you did not come to see our band play at Whiskey Willie's, but you made it out to Slightly Stupid this weekend.
Yeah, I sure did. I made it slightly stupid.
I sure did.
Damn right. How about that?
I ran to Drew out there, too.
Yeah. Well, you guys both deserve each other.
That's not bad. There's an event to go to. You know,
All right,
I
call
had to get
him.
out there.
Call Drew. Call Drew today. He'll be on the air at what time? 2 o'clock?
4.
I know
4
it's
o'clock.
around 2 o'clock. He comes
All
out,
right.
but you guys, why you guys?
No, that's it. Call Drew's show now. You guys are best friends. The only one I want to talk to is Dum Dum Lori. The rest of you guys bug me. I don't even want to talk to Crazy Patty anymore.
Oh, somebody sent me pictures of Crazy Patty's wedding.
Wedding?
Yes.
What?
From what?
From her original wedding.
How'd they get those?
I have no idea.
Garage sale?
Somebody had done some work at her house or something, and they sent me the pictures because they said that
Somebody
she
did work at her house and was going through.
No, they said that
Photo album.
she gave them the pictures. Like here, I have to have my wedding photos.
I believe that. I
Yeah.
believe that.
And,
so, do you remember Magnifico?
Of course.
Okay, Magnifico was a beast of a woman, but when she was younger, she was skinnier and I guess more attractive. And she had given me some pictures of her wearing lingerie, but nothing you could see through. It was just like a nightie and whatever.
Right.
And I didn't know what to do with them. And then one day my wife found them in they were in my top drawer, my underwear drawer. And she goes, "Can I ask you a question?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "What are these?" I just started laughing. I go, "They're my sexy girlfriend." What do you want? And I'm like, that's Magnifico in the 70s.
Oh, I got to find.
I think that if they weren't on hardcore pictures, like actual hard, tangible pictures, my wife actually would have been mad about it.
By the way, look at the picture I just sent to you guys.
All right, hold on. Stand by.
How dare he?
Mm-hmm.
How dare
Birds of a feather.
Yep. Medicine Man and Drew Garabo hanging out.
Good.
I got one for you. Ready?
Hey, Drew, guess what, Drew? He's yours now. Keep him. You wanted him. You got him.
Look at little Crazy Patty. She had some heat on her back in the day.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
She looks glamorous.
She looks like Bob Newhart in a wig.
I mean, she does have Bob Newhart qualities. What was she, 50 when she got married?
I have no idea.
Everybody looked old back then, though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is an old-looking face.
Yeah.
Like the chick to her left doesn't look old.
Sure she does.
Not that old.
Yeah, look at that hair and stuff. And everything. I bet Crazy Patty is 32 years old there.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got 47-year-old eyes.
I would have said early 30s.
Yeah.
And how old do you think the broad next to her is?
Probably 29,
yeah,
30.
Slightly younger.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So this guy, Phil, who sent me the photos, said he was an electrician. They did some work at Crazy Patty's house, and they mentioned that they were big fans of this show.